Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Toby. Welcome to the podcast. If you're a new listener, welcome. I'm going to give a big shout out to my day ones for the past 6 years, my subscribers, my listeners. I appreciate people who talk about this podcast, who share this podcast, who support this podcast, who write reviews for this podcast. Really appreciate all your support. I've been doing this for 6 years. I've been giving it away for free. So many people ask me why I don't film it, why I don't monetize on YouTube, why don't I charge people for it on Patreon? And their answer is because I don't want to. I love these conversations in my kitchen. I love the honesty. I love that people want to come back for 2 or 3 episodes, the reoccurring guests that I have all the time. I love it. No lights, no cameras. I myself do not like going on podcasts that are being filmed and have lights. I've done it a couple times. I'll probably never do it again. I don't feel like myself in those situations. So I want all my guests to be as comfortable as possible. I do have sponsors. The sponsors keep my shit going. They keep it alive. But I will never interrupt a conversation with an ad in the middle of it. People do that all the time, and I will never interrupt the flow of a conversation. So don't worry about that. But I do have amazing sponsors who I align myself with, who the products that I use on a daily basis. I've turned down so much money for sponsors that want to be part of this podcast with companies I've never tried or didn't align with. I'm very picky about who I have on my sponsors and have on this podcast. That being said, check out the sponsors. Joe, cue up the music. Since 1987, Rockabilia has been around doing officially licensed merch. No bootlegs from all the artists that I freaking love, from pop to hip hop to rock to hardcore to punk. Over 500,000 items on this website, independently owned, operated in the USA. Custom limited collabs drop every month exclusively on this website from visual artists and tattoo artists. We have so many bands that I love and artists that I love, from Gaga to Blink, Katy Perry, Bad Brains, Beastie Boys, De La, Tribe Called Quest, 50 Cent, Billy, Deftones, Dead Kennedys, DMX, Dr. Dre, Eric B. and Rakim, Goo Goo Dolls, Hall & Oates, Wu-Tang, U2, Snoop, TSO, and Paramore. Those is to name a few of all my favorite bands that are on this website. I've owned t-shirts from all those artists throughout my life. Now I know to go here only. All officially licensed merchandise. Check out Rockabilia Instagram. Also go to rockabilia.com and use my code OLLC10 and get 10% off. That's rockabilia.com. Use my code OLLC10 and get 10% off your purchases. Thank you to Rockabilia for being our new sponsor. Welcome to OLLC fam. As we get older, we start paying attention to what we put in our bodies. I personally have been listening to my body since I was 18 when I went vegan. I've always been focused on my health. It's super important, mental and physical health. But it's really important for people who are just starting to get more healthy and trying to step up their life. Doing your homework, reading the labels, researching and verifying everything that's quality. It's part of the game these days. That's why I started drinking AG1s. I'm so proud to have them as a sponsor of my podcast. AG1 is a foundational nutrition supplement that delivers daily nutrients and gut support and is backed by multiple research studies so you can trust what you're putting into your body. We're all so busy these days, so just store a pack of AG1 in the morning into a cup of water and shake it up and drink it. I love the way it tastes. I do it every single morning. It's part of my routine. I bring the packets on tour. It's an incredible life changer for me. Many supplements only reference research from ingredients in their product, but I trust AG1 in my daily routine because it's constantly putting the formula to the test. It's backed by multiple research studies. And one of those research studies, AG1 was shown to have double the amount of healthy bacteria in the gut, which is super important because these help digestion in the immune system and the immune health. And these bacteria are known to help with digestion as well, gas and bloating, which I freaking need. And it also promotes regular bowel movements, what I can attest to. In another research study, 97% participants felt more energy after 30 days and 91% of the participants noticed that they needed less coffee after 60 days. I quit coffee like 5 months ago. I know I'm good on that. But AG1 is packed with a variety of nutrient-dense ingredients and is the perfect complement to my healthy diet. I drink it because I know it's going to work and it gives me a peace of mind covering all my nutrition bases for the day. In fact, I trust it so much, that's why I'm spreading the word about it. That's why it sponsors my podcast. Thanks to Angie Huberman for turning me on to AG1s, connecting me with them, and now they're part of my podcast. It's so easy and satisfying to start your day with AG1s. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of the vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your purchase at drinkag1.com/OLLC. That's drinkag1.com/OLLC. It's never been a better time to focus on your health and wellness and get back on track, man. Take control of your daily health. Health is wealth.
All right.
Back in the kitchen. Back in the pod.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome to the One Life One Chance podcast. I'm your host, Toby Morse. My guest has been here before. He was episode 133, and now he's back in my kitchen. Mr. Fletcher Pennywise. Isn't it crazy? I'm not going to call you your last name. I'll call you the band. It's like Toby H2O, Fletcher, Freddie Madball.
Yeah.
Everybody has their band.
Freddie Madball's got the cool, though. That one sounds the best out of everybody.
He does. But it's always like how do I say your last name? Is it
Dragge.
Dragge. And what is that?
Norwegian.
Oh, shit.
It's like
probably asked you that last time.
Over there, it's like one G. It's Drage. And somehow they add an extra G when they got to America, I guess. So, yeah, phone book there's full of drag. Ease.
Maybe because you're a big dude, you like a double G.
Dude,
not just a G.
double G. The first time we played Norway, like I got off the bus and I like walked into the venue. I think we were going. No, it wasn't the first time. It was like second time or something, like maybe a third time actually. But years had gone by. I got off the bus, walking up the stairs to head into the sound check, and I just see some dude that was like me, just like 6'6", big dude, long hair, and he just mad dogged me. And I was like, "What? What's up, bro? I'm a Viking. What's up? We're brothers here." So it's pretty funny. But yeah, I was like walking into myself. Crazy.
I asked yesterday. I text Fletcher. I was like, "You want to come to the cold plunge?" He's like, "Fuck that! I can't fit in that thing." And my friend Chappelle was here yesterday, and he barely fit into the plunge. But it would be kind of funny because you
can't bend your knees. Yeah, I'd be like hanging out of that thing. Yeah.
Have you ever done a cold plunge?
I haven't. I
think you kill it, dude.
I've done the cryo chamber.
Oh yeah.
That gets down to like what -20 for 6 minutes.
Yeah, I've never tried that. I heard
it's pretty
sick.
cool because it like you get in there and it takes a second and you're just standing there, and it's probably less brutal than a cold plunge, I would assume.
Yeah.
But at the end, it starts getting like everything starts burning.
Damn.
And you're just watching. It's got a little timer, like a light that goes up.
How long are you in there for?
6 minutes.
Damn.
It's good. 20 below.
What about MRIs? You ever get an MRI?
Dude.
I just got it for the first brood.
I saw your post.
I can imagine your ass in a fucking MRI machine, dude.
Okay, so first of all, now you know that there's open MRIs.
I just found out after, yeah.
And then the new MRIs are like more clonical, so it's not like a tube. They're kind of like this. So
I wish I'd known that,
So
dude.
they're scanning you like a foot of scan, and the rest of it's kind of open feeling. I climbed out of one, dude. I told the chick, like, you know when they send you through, if you're doing like your low back, they send you head first into it, and I go, hey, no way. Like, if you can poke my head out the other side, I'm cool.
Yeah, there's an opening at the end. You just can't see it because you're stuck.
Right, but I go, if you poke my head out the other side, I'm cool. So I put my hands over my head like this, and when I'm in that tube, the one you were in, because I saw it, it's like my chest is hitting, my shoulders are hitting, and I'm super claustrophobic.
It's horrifying, dude.
Got in there, and my head was out the other side, so that was okay. And I go, don't leave. And they're supposed to be there, and have your little button.
I have the button, yeah. They leave me in the room by myself, dude.
I know, but they're supposed to be right there on the other side of the glass.
They are.
And I started talking to the chick. She bounced. I panicked. I was like, fuck this. And weaseled out of the thing, fell on the floor, and she came running in screaming.
She climbed out the back of it?
Yeah, climbed up the back of it. I was like, I told you don't leave. And she's all, you ruined the whole thing. Now we got to start over. I'm like, fuck that. I'm out of here. And she was super mean. And I saw her at like Nate and Lizzie's deli down in Santa Monica, and she was in line, and it was on my next doctor's appointment. She's having me eating lunch there, and I looked over and go, I'm not scared of you. And she's like, oh, what? And she forgot who I was, but I was like, yeah, I'm not scared of you and your MRI machine, but I was scared of her.
So did you ever do it again after that?
Yeah, I've found open MRIs.
Oh, but yeah, they're sick, dude.
Yeah.
Because I have my legs sticking out, but they left me by myself, and then they put me in at first and said, take me out, and then they put me out, and then they put the things on my eyes and my ears, I started breathing.
Yeah.
Bro.
And they're supposed to give you like a Xanax. When I went to CPI to get the stem cells in Mexico, I'm like, hey, ask them if they can put me in backwards for my lower back. And the guy's like, what? I'm all, put me in backwards. It doesn't matter. They just got to read the MRI upside down. He's like, I've never heard of that. And he called them, and they're like, yeah, totally. He's also, now we do that with all our claustrophobic patients because they'll put you in up to your chest, you're fine. And they can still get your lower back without sending you all the way through. So I would just tell them, reverse it, man, with my knees or back or whatever.
If it's your neck, you're fucked. You have to go all the way in there,
neck and brain, you go in.
Damn, yeah, it was fucking brutal, man.
Dude, I'm super claustrophobic, and it is horrifying.
But I didn't think I was until that day. I'm not really scared about elevators and shit like that or flying. Oh, yeah, flying kind of.
But that's tight. You're like in a literally tube where you can't even move your arms.
Yeah. What about other places like flying for you? You get claustrophobic?
Absolutely. But my claustrophobia is weird. It's not really about the size of the room. It's like, can I get out? So if there's a door, so I freak out on planes because
bathrooms, dude.
Like, okay, so here's the chicken on the plane thing. get stuck on the tarmac, for an hour and the air goes off, I'll start melting down. Like literally panic attack, like just grinding Xanax immediately, right? Well, you see we get backed up in traffic, there's a thunder shower.
You stay in your seats, all that shit, dude.
I just start melting down. So I fly business now because I flew coach for like 30 years or whatever.
You earn that shit, dude.
I can't. I'm too broken to fly a coach for 15
Got
hours.
those pods. We just did it this summer. It was incredible.
Lay down,
man.
yeah. And you can get good deals if you scope it out. But
you can.
The plane thing, so when you're stuck on the tarmac, I'm like, I will pull the emergency chute and get out of this fucker while we're sitting here. And then I figured it out. Just fake a heart attack. I'm having chest pains. I need medical now, and just fall down on the floor. And they're going to have to call the paramedics. Because, I mean, dude, you
done it before?
No, but I that's in my back pocket, dude. Like, it's like you hear these stories to this day. Like a month ago, 6 hours on the tarmac, no water, toilets overflowing, no air, people having panic attacks. I'm like, that should be so fucking against the law. And I'm like, heart attack. They cannot deny you medical attention. They got to bring an ambulance and get you off that fucker now.
So that's your plan in case.
That's my backup. Keep it in the back pocket. So if anybody needs to use it, there it is.
I feel like when you get to the airport, you have to like just give in to everything because it starts. All the rules start then. There's so many things you have to abide by, and you have no control over anything. Going through security on the plane, everything until you get to your destination. You just got to fucking give in to it, dude.
Yeah, it's bad. Another one, if you need like a weapon in case terrorists try to take over the plane, American Express Platinum card. It's made out of metal.
Oh shit!
Just sharpened up one edge. I just got it. I'll show you. I have it right now.
Wow.
One edge sharpened up. Just duct tape over it, and they never catch it. But if you ever get into, I actually invented that going to Disneyland because you couldn't bring knives in Disneyland anymore. And so I'm panicked about I got stuck on a Disneyland ride once, dude.
Really?
Full panic. Like people trapped in there for hours and shit. So I bring the blade.
How would the knife help getting stuck in there though?
I only go on rides with seatbelts. That's it. None of those like bars and shit.
I was like, why do you need a knife at Disneyland?
Only I go on like Indiana Jones and like log ride, like anything with a seatbelt. Matterhorn.
You do roller coasters too?
Yeah, I love them, but no, not only if they have a seatbelt.
Damn.
At this point, because that's how claustrophobic I am. I pulled an elevator open in Hawaii. We were on like the 30th floor.
Mm-hmm.
There was no one there, and you could bomb from like 30th to 1.
It's scary.
And I was like, how fast am I going? I was just drunk in the elevator by myself, and I pried the door open, and that was a bad call. Fucking dead stop. And then
you were by yourself?
By myself, and I was stuck in there for 2 hours. It was like 120 degrees. Summertime, no AC.
I'm losing my mind.
Dude, I was losing my mind. And it was weird because I pried it open, and then I could see I was at the lobby, like right at the top of the elevator doors in the lobby, and I could see through a little crack. I put my wallet in there, and then everyone showed up. My phone wasn't working, and I could yell, hey, I'm up here. And they were like, what? All of our bros, we were going out to dinner. I go, give me something to drink. So they put like straws together. I was like, remember that trick where you could like stick straws?
Yeah.
And they gave me some water. I've been in there for like an hour and a half. And the fire department guys all, hey, chill, bro, like Hawaiian style, like relax. Like, brother, it's going to be okay. Just take a chill pill. I'm like, fuck you. But eventually I was drinking White Russians laying on my stomach with like a 3-foot straw.
Oh.
And I was drinking White Russians when the cops showed up in the fire department. They were kind of pissed, but
oh my god,
yeah, that's what triggered my claustrophobia. Basically, that run.
You ever try breath work or anything like that?
Yeah, the Navy SEALs, box breathing, all that shit.
You're trying everything, right?
Yeah, I do it, and it works a little bit, but sometimes you get past that point where you're just panicking.
What about like you ever get jet lag? You fight jet lag pretty good traveling?
Yeah, I don't care.
It's brutal though.
I drink.
You sleep on flights. You sleep on flights.
Yeah, sometimes, but not necessarily. But I mean, I'm partying. You're not partying.
Yeah.
So all I got to do is get drunk and pass out. So
it's easy for you, man.
Yeah. My theory about jet lag is, Jim complains about it too. Like he wants to stay on like whatever clock. I'm like, I just sleep when I'm tired. If I'm tired on the bus and I got to lay down for a half hour, lay down. I don't care what time it is. Get up. Like, so I just trying to think about it.
When you're off tour, do you sleep good too?
Pretty good. Not great. Like I'll wake up at 4 a.m. for a while. Coming back, getting your clock readjusted is kind of weird when you're at home and so yeah, it's not.
Are you pretty chill when you're off tour?
It just depends on what's going on.
Is it hard for you like this to like chill and like I can't picture you sitting on the couch just watching TV.
No, I'm definitely down with chilling for sure. I mean, for sure. But I mean, if there's something good going on, and I go out for a night of
Yeah, I see what shows and shit. Yeah.
Libations. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
I can get a little. I think at that Blink show, I got a little out of hand.
We was talking about that show. It was 70,000 people. That was freaking crazy, bro. That was like their biggest headlining show ever, man.
Dude,
and you know those kids when they first came. I'm calling them kids, but you know those guys from way back then too, though.
Yeah, he gave me a shout out.
He did.
But I was at the bar.
Yeah, that's right. I told you because you came out, so you missed a shout.
You missed a shout out. I was like, fuck.
You shout in front of 70,000. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, that was.
So you go back with those guys for sure.
We took them on tour when they were like super youngsters, before even Travis was in the band, and like we were taking them to Australia and stuff. I think they were getting like $250 a night. Days are over. Days are over.
And did it happen pretty fast for them?
I mean, right when Damn It was that the first one?
That's right.
When that hit K-Rock, I remember Rick DeVoe was like playing it, going, "Yeah, this is going to K-Rock," and something weird happened where they didn't make the cut for like the K-Rock music meeting, but then something happened with another band, and that band dropped out of that slot. And they threw Blink in there, and it just friggin' blew up.
Damn.
Same like Offspring, dude. Like,
I wonder what band that was, dude.
I don't know. I can't remember the story, but it was just like a stroke of luck that they actually got into rotation, and the song just blew up, and it's game over.
It's crazy. I was talking this other day with somebody like how Green Day just played like those stadiums this summer with Rancid and Smashing Pumpkins. How massive Green Day is, but then also how big Offspring is, how big Rancid is, how big you guys are. There's so many different levels of
big.
Yeah, and just punk rock too and stuff. Because Offspring are massive too, dude.
We just played with them last weekend.
You did?
San Diego, yeah. Punk in the Park.
Punk in the Park, yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
And it's like almost like there's like a resurgence for everything now.
Yeah, I mean, like even 10, 15 years ago, like if you got into punk rock and your first band you heard was Pennywise for some reason, your friend played it, you're going to find H2O and Bad Religion.
Totally.
And Offspring. And then like
Absolutely.
if you get into Offspring, you're going to find Pennywise and H2O eventually if you go down the road, if you like it, so. Especially
Epitaph Records too. Like I feel like Offspring helped everybody on that label back then.
Yeah.
As much as they were huge, it still trickled down to everybody.
Yeah, and I mean now if you put on an Epitaph record, you don't really know what you're going to get, which is kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
But hey, Brett's doing what he has to do.
But the catalog and all that stuff is
it's great.
But it's just crazy levels, and just seeing NoFX's last show, how big that show was, and you were there.
My God,
that looked crazy, man.
Yeah, that was insane.
How many people was there? You think 40,000 maybe?
At the last NoFX, I think the capacity was only 15,000.
Shit!
But they did like 45,000 over 3 days.
Yeah.
So, absolutely.
You think they're gonna come back like Slayer did?
I mean, I absolutely think so. But Fat Mike's never again.
Yeah.
And me and Mike are pretty tight after building the museum. Like I know Mike pretty well, and he's like, never. He hates playing live. I'm like, you don't look like you hate playing live. He's like, yeah, I'm drinking vodka and doing cocaine.
Yeah.
So he makes it fun, but yeah, he just sold Fat, and
he did. Okay.
Yeah, so he's set for a while, but he spends money like a motherfucker. So
have you given a tour at the museum yet?
No.
Me either, dude. I got to do it, man.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Congrats on that, though.
Yeah,
it's crushing, dude.
It's
crushing. Our brother's doing one this weekend, actually.
Yeah, I saw that. It'll be good.
Hey, I want to go out there when there's it's just going to Vegas, man. And just I want to go there when there's something else going on too.
Well, go when like punk rock bowling's happening.
I know.
But then it's mayhem, dude. It's like
I heard
the lines like down the block to get in there.
Or when we were Young Festival too, maybe that's a big one too.
It's cranking.
Those are like the two main ones, I think.
But even if you go there like on a regular weekend with nothing, you're going to bump into like 10 people you know. It's like being backstage.
Yeah.
Like you walk around, you wind up talking about this exhibit or that. There's so much stuff, dude. When we were doing the installation, I couldn't even see everything. Like I'd be like, oh my God, like as Brian Ray Turcotte was putting up stuff because he's got the craziest collection. Like I was just tripping going, oh my God, I got to look at that. Like the Suicidal little booth or whatever exhibit. Yeah. My God, dude, it's like you could spend an hour on that alone. It's absolutely crazy.
Do you want to give a tour?
Yeah. That was my idea to do tours.
Oh, shit.
I had a lot of ideas, but I just kind of lay back and when are you going to do it? I'm like, let everyone else do it for a while.
It looks good though.
Yeah, I when I drove out there one time, I got Billy Joel.
God.
Billy Joel. God.
I love Billy Joel.
Yeah, I always do that. I got BJ's blue guitar, and Mike's bass, the one that he lit on fire, and BJ's first amp.
Mm-hmm.
Guitar amp that he played at Gilman Street.
That's sick.
All dropped off at my house, and then I had like Jason's bass, like his OG original bass.
Wow.
I had TSOL drums. I had all kinds of shit in the back of my truck, dude. It was probably like street value, like $300,000 worth of shit in the back of my truck, just driving to Vegas by myself.
Holy shit,
to get
that's
it
crazy.
to get it open. Yeah, it was pretty wild. So
yeah,
cool.
Are they still adding stuff in there too?
Yeah, that's the whole idea, like constantly upgrading, because there's now that people know it's like legit. A lot of people are holding out. Like, I want to get like Sid's bass. Steve Jones has it.
Ooh.
No, that's not going to happen. I'm like, dude, you put it in the museum, the value goes up. Put it in there for a couple of years. But
it'd be cool to get a skateboard from Ian that's on the front of the record.
Ian,
he had the new Smithsonian for a while in D.C.
Dude, I talked to Ian for I've never talked to him in my life, and I called him about the museum, and he's, hey,
were you
what's
nervous?
Up? No, not really. I mean, a little bit, but not really, because he's that's like my favorite record of all time.
Same, bro.
And we start talking, and we wound up talking for 3 hours. I pulled over. I was driving in the car.
He's the best. He can talk. He's the best, dude.
Definitely did not want to be involved in the museum, because obviously it's a profit museum. It's not a nonprofit. It's pretty hard to keep a museum open without charging.
I know.
It's almost impossible, basically. But total respect.
Total.
He said he would send me a package of some unfolded 7-inch covers, like the OG, and a couple things and I'll send it to you, and you can do what you want with it. I'm like, can you just do one framed thing? And he's all, no, absolutely not. Totally cool.
I love how honest he is, dude.
And he was respectful about the whole thing. But we got talking, and he was like, dude, he said that they were taking down the studio in a year, right? And there was a bunch of Fugazi stuff in there and needed to be cataloged, and he invited me out to help him dismantle the studio. And I wound up being on tour, but we got a bunch of stuff from the OG spot.
That's in here. That's awesome, dude.
So there's some actual real shit in there from there, and yeah, he's super rad, man.
You've been to Discord House?
I haven't.
It's incredible, man. He'll give you a whole tour. It's unreal. It goes in the basement, everything
Yeah, I was like, because
he's like the realist, bro. He's like everything punk is, I think, as a human, you know?
Absolutely, and kept it real the whole time.
You won't even go to Live Nation venues to see his friends play and stuff.
Yeah, he's insanely authentic to the whole deal. I saw him all their shows in California, or SoCal. I saw him at the roller rink. I saw him at Cathay de Grand on $1.
Fugazi or Minor Threat?
Minor Threat.
Oh, Jesus,
and I have a Dancing at the Waters Club. I gave a guy a cassette. I saw he had on his Tascam 4-tracks. I go, hey, bro, what's up with getting a recording of the show? And he goes, $20. And I was like, okay. He goes, you got a cassette? Ran out to the car, grabbed a cassette out of my buddy's truck that we rode down in.
Dude.
Doug Carrion's truck, actually.
Wow.
Right? Got the cassette, bring it in, and give it to the guy. And then my buddy Chris O'Connor, after the show, so we're up in the front row singing, raging. After the show, go back. I go, where can I get the cassette? He's all, your buddy got it. I go, what? And he goes, yeah, that dude over there. And Chriso gave him $20. Or no, actually, I think it already had to give him the $20 up front, or maybe it was after. But he got the tape, would not give it up, would not relinquish the tape. So he still got it, and he mixed it off the cassette. He had to get a Tascam 4-track.
Yeah,
mixed it off of that and has it on CD, and is apparently supposed to give me a copy someday.
Wow,
bastard!
Man. You think he still has it?
He has it, dude. He's got a crazy collection.
Holy shit!
Ian wants it too.
He does?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get it for him.
Oh yeah, because he collects everything, man. He has everything organized right now, all the demos and letters and just everything, man. Last time I was there, he pulled out a letter from 1985. It was a postcard from my brother to him, and he showed it to me. He has everything logged, dude. Incredible, man.
He goes, hey, you called me one time and left me a message and told me you were going to kill me. And I go, no.
He said that to you?
Yeah. I go, no, I did not. And he goes, yeah, you did in the middle of the night. He goes, I can play it for you. I'm like, he goes.
He still has it?
Yeah, he called and said, Ian, this is Fletcher from Pennywise. I'm going to hunt you down and kill you. Of course, I go, well, it sounds like something I would say, drunk, just fucking around in the middle of the night. And he's all, yeah, no, I totally got it. It's documented. It's in the library.
Dude.
He's so crazy, dude. It's insane. He knows every show they played.
Yes.
He knows what time they went on. He knows the set list. He knows how much it was. He knows the address. There's one address he's looking for. When a show got canceled in Hollywood, I forget where it was, and they had to move it, and they went and rented a studio, and everyone just moved over there. And he's like, I don't know the name of that studio, or he knows the name, but he doesn't know the address, and he wants that address.
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
I'm actually working on it for him.
Really?
I think it was that, or maybe it was the address for HJ's Bar and Grill or something. I don't know.
He has like a tour book he showed me that like we loaned Henry Rollins $5 and HR owed him $10, like all the money he loaned and the food they ate.
He's a goddamn. What do they call those people that work at museums?
I don't know, just a historian. He's just like a librarian. He's just like a
custodian.
Custodian.
That's what it's called. Custodial, whatever, I think.
Yeah, and it's like he's this what's it, like a collector, archiver, or whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking, it's so wild, man.
Yeah,
one of the greatest bands. It's cool you got to see them, dude.
Oh yeah, dude, it was I mean, that was like when I heard that single, that was like a life changer. I'm like, okay, I want to play songs like that. That's like my original band, Con 800, was all like, you know, based around Minor Threat and Black Flag type stuff. But
were you ever a straight edge kid or no?
Me?
Ever?
No. No. I mean, I was sober for a couple of years because I got in trouble, and I was like, so I did a little 2 years sober. I didn't go to meetings, but I mean, I've been in court ordered live-in rehabs for like 3 months and stuff. So yeah. I know the program's awesome. The 12-step program, it'll help anybody in life. I totally back it 100%. But I remember going to see straight edge shows at like the country club. I'd be in the parking lot drinking. And I'd be getting vibed hard from people, like all the straight edge kids. Like, what the fuck? Well, I'm doing my thing.
You can still like the music, yeah.
Yeah, like I'm gonna drink your Pepsi, eat your Snickers, and I'm gonna get hammered and get busy. Are
you sober? Are you more sober when you're off tour?
Yeah, absolutely. I went to see Morello last night with the Night Watchman. Is it Night Watchman or Watchman? Mm-hmm. His little side project.
It's called Morello. Oh shit, yeah.
I always want to call it the Watchman, but I think it's the Night Watchman.
It's a good show,
dude. And Jackson Brown opened,
wow.
and then they all got up there together and played some Eagles songs and shit.
That's cool.
A little 300-seat venue to raise money for Jail Door Guitars. Wayne Kramer's like,
yeah.
Like, and I totally want to get into that because it'd be really cool. I mean, obviously convicts need some outlet, and it supplies guitars to their people in prison. So
yeah, that'd be cool. Actually,
I'm gonna get Ibanez to give me like 500 guitars and take them up there. I want to play San Quentin, but I don't think a couple band members would go for it.
Really?
I think me and Randy are down.
You've been trying to do that for a while or now?
I've mentioned it a couple times. And
have bands played there?
Metallica, Johnny Cash. Come on.
Shit, that's right.
Dude.
I know Johnny Cash did that. Wow.
Yeah.
Metallica did
too. That was Folsom. Metallica did San Quentin. Rad. That'd be so rad. I mean.
But there's been no like hardcore band played there. Yeah, it'd be kind of sick if you guys did that.
I don't know if they'd allow it, but like it's been proven that like giving inmates guitars and like having that outlet to write music has like reduced violence, like all kinds of improvements in the jails that have done it. I got a buddy he's an old NSR gangster, Mondo, and he did some time. He was pretty. I won't go into details, but he was gnarly, gnarly, and he's out. He got cancer in there. He should have died. He made it out, and I went to his pad a couple years ago, and he's writing songs, and Pennywise was one of his favorite bands, and he had a band in there, and
wow,
I forget what prison it was, and they were like jamming Broham and shit, and so he loved like Unknown Road, so he's writing. I'm helping him get a drummer right now, and he's going to go in our studio because he's got all these songs he wants to record.
That's amazing.
Like the whole music thing and doing that helped him, stay sane and get through, give him some like other shit.
That's cool
to look forward to. Yeah.
Damn.
Yep.
So you guys are done playing for this year. Next shows are not till next year. You're off the rest of the year.
Australia with Mel and Colin, then Japan for Punk Spring in like March, I think, and then Europe with Propaganda and Comeback Kid.
Oh, that's sick.
That'll be good. A little Dave Pollock reconstruction tour.
Oh, that's right. He's still doing that, right?
I mean, he does it, and then he loses like $300,000 and has to sell one of his houses, and then he gets real mad. And then I think he's riding high off the last NoFX tour.
Oh, that was him. That's right.
Yeah, he
Destiny
did that
Booking.
One.
Wow.
Yeah, Punk and Drublick with him, and so I think he's feeling good about little homemade festivals. So it's called, instead of deconstruction, it's reconstruction.
Pretty cool.
So I'm sure he'll be in the fucking office the last night going, I lost $300,000. Fletcher, you got to give me some money back. Like, slow down on the drinking, buddy. But no, that'll be a good one for sure. It's a good lineup. So
let's talk about your knees and your stem cell and like you jumping around stage for fucking 30 years and going crazy. And I was going to ask you too, have you always wore, before we get into it, have you always just wore Vans on stage? Have you ever worn like Nike or some sort of bouncy athletic shoes on stage?
I think I had like a minute where I bought some Adidas up in like Canada because they fit, because I'm like size 16.
You're size 16?
Well, I was like 15. I think I was kind of
shit, dude.
I think I was restricting my footbed, right? So now I'm some 16s. It's much more comfortable. But
just the shoes that people wear on stage
Vans.
for years, it's always like flat foot.
Yeah, bad.
So bad. They look cool. They're comfortable, but it's like
I put inserts in mine.
Okay.
And like, so inserts have been so huge. There's just one's called Pro Step. So you got a high arch, like most people don't know. That's what leads to like heel spurs. And I've fucked my feet up with the flat shoes. So I just started wearing shirts like probably 20 years ago.
Okay.
And it's like a game changer.
Okay.
Like, and even when you go to New Balance to buy some shoes, which I did for like whatever, going to the gym or some shit.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to get some insoles? I'm like, your shoes are $150. Why would I buy insoles for another $60?
That's really true.
Pro Feet or whatever they had over there, and now they don't do that anymore. Now their insoles are better.
Okay.
They figured it out, but like, I was like, no. Actually, the first time I went to New Balance and they put those in, I go, these are insane. How much are they? Oh, 58. Cool. I go put them in my Vans and go, yeah, this is fine. Put those shoes back on the shelf, bro. And I just bought the inserts, and that was it.
Serious?
That's how I started wearing inserts.
Oh shit.
But yeah, no, it's always been Vans. I mean, my dad, I was born in 1966. My dad, that's when Vans was started, 1966. My dad was a sailor.
Okay.
And so that's what Vans were. They were deck shoes, and they were super grippy. They were for sailing. That's literally why they invented them. And so there's it was like the first or second Vans store in Manhattan Beach, tiny little store, never forget it. They had like the blue ones, and I think they had like navy blue and like a lighter blue, and that was about it. And like, that was all. It was just that one style, the deck shoe.
Yeah.
And I think they had some topsiders too, like some canvas topsiders with the little laces on the edges. And so I started wearing those when I was a baby. My dad had me in Vans, and then skateboarding came along. I mean, I started skating when I was like 3 or 4 years old, like
crazy,
literally. And then Vans, and then the off the wall, and then and then the old schools. And
so your whole life's been Vans.
Yeah,
crazy.
Dude, Alva, like those guys said they used to come in and like one shoe would be worn out, like back foot would be worn out, and they'd come in and be like, "Hey, man, my shoe wore out," and they're like, "Oh." They would have like singles, so they would give them. Yeah, they would give them like a single,
Weird.
like so he'd have and then they had like red ones, so it'd be like he was wearing a blue one and a red one, and that's how they wound up doing the multicolored, and it became. And then the old schools came out, and the minute the old schools came out, I was just like, I've been wearing those since I think they came out in like 1980 or something. The striped ones.
Yeah, you're in right now.
I'm on right now, yeah.
Holy shit, that's your jam, yeah.
That was it. Just never took them off. And they had variations for a while. They kind of discontinued them, but then they brought them back. And so, yeah, it's Vans.
Was there a Pennywise Van before?
Yeah. They did.
That's right.
We're going to do some more. We did like a limited edition run. Steve Van Doren's like the coolest dude in the world, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Worked out there in the trenches, barbecuing for us.
Yeah, man.
Always coming up to the bus with a couple boxes, and just like such a nice dude. And so, I mean, the guy's got 10 times more energy than me, so I don't know how he pulls that off. But
yeah,
every event, always super rad, super humble, and so Vans for life.
So what do you think caused all the damage in your knees besides your crazy lifestyle and jumping on stage?
I mean, I dislocated my left knee when I was like 11, like skiing.
Okay.
Before snowboarding was actually fucking invented, basically.
I'd love to see you on some skis. That's crazy,
dude,
bro.
I'd be scared to death to get on skis now. Snowboard only. But yeah, so that, and then some dumb karate kick, like tried to do a roundhouse kick, popped it. So I dislocated that knee a bunch, and then I tore ACL, meniscus, and both knees, right? And so it was like so my knees have been jacked the whole time.
Yeah.
And I've been struggling, swelling, pain, blah, 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 good days, bad days. And then they got so bad where I finally went to the best doctor in LA, top rated. And he was like, I'm not going to operate on you. I'm all, dude, just do my meniscus. He's like, no. He's like, you're done. There's nothing I can do. And I got good insurance, so there was no reason for him not to do it. He's all, I can't help you. You need your knee replaced immediately. And then you need to do your right knee. And then you need to get ready to do your left hip. And then your right hip. And I was like, fuck you. I'm out of here. Like, I don't want to hear that.
Holy shit.
So then it just progressively got worse, and I've tried like everything. I've done tons of physical therapy.
Yeah.
There's a thing called radial shockwave that a lot of people don't know about, but it's getting more popular. It's not covered by insurance. They invented it for breaking up kidney stones.
Okay.
So it's like a sound wave that is powerful enough to go through your tissue and break a kidney stone up like a fucking asteroid video game, right?
Crazy.
So they use that now like on joints, and it breaks up scar tissue and plaque, promotes blood flow, it kind of goes into your joint and like micro traumas it, and then stem cells come naturally.
Okay.
Your body sends them. So that thing has been the best thing I've ever done, like of any treatment. And I wound up buying a machine with a chiropractor. They're pretty expensive. They're like $20,000, but we found one for an off-brand one for like $14,000. I'm like, dude, it's like $200 to $300 for 15 minutes if you go to a doctor's office. I'm like, well, I'm going to need this for the rest of my life. I'm just buy one, put in like $6,000, right?
Yeah.
And I go to his office, I take it home, treat my friends. It's not that big, like bring it home in my office and just blast all my buddies. But like,
holy shit,
my shoulders were like 6 years of like massive pain, can't sleep, both of them, knees, ankles, every part of your body, that thing works. So I was doing that on my knees, and it definitely helped me a lot, but still fucked.
Yeah.
And then I was 5 years researching stem cells, and Panama was the first spot, I think, and then Colombia.
Yeah, my friends went there, yeah.
And then CPI popped up, and I knew some people that knew some people at CPI, so I called
Cellular Performance Institute.
Yep,
yeah.
Tijuana, oh my God, it's so scary. Can't go there. We've been going there our whole lives, dude.
Yeah.
You ever go to Iguanas, those shows down there?
No, I never get to play there.
God,
It's great,
dude.
man, yeah.
It's gone now, but
okay.
it was the scariest. People were diving off the 3rd-story balcony, dude, like Bad Religion. So I'm talking like 25 feet, like blind into the crowd. Like it was the scariest.
Legendary spot, but crazy.
Woo,
yeah.
gnarly. But yeah, so called up Scotty, one of the owners down there, and started talking to him, and he was giving me the rundown. And the reason why I called was actually because of my back. So knees are blown out, but I'm just dealing with it. Knee braces, ice, all kinds of daily pain and suffering. Going downstairs is like getting stabbed. I always say it's like getting stabbed by Dave Pollock with an ice pick in your knee because he's so short. Every step, Dave Pollock's there for you. But he doesn't like the short jokes.
Oh my God, dude.
But so I got a 9mm and a 7mm bulge disc, and then I got S1 and everything's jacked. I got stenosis, and I've been dealing with that like I did construction when I was a kid, and I was big, so I'm always the guy that carried the cast iron tub up like 3 flights of stairs. Hey, Fletcher, we need some help down here. I'm like, I'm the electrician, leave me alone. But like carrying heavy shit. So, and then jumping off. There's a building I used to jump off a lot of shit into water. And I did like this 8-story building down in Redondo over the boats into the harbor. I did it like 15 times, and that's just compressing my spine.
Absolutely, man.
So, and then riding motorcycles, hitting bumps, like that's not fun for your back. So just a multitude of things I've done for my back bad. But I get by, like back pain. I'm in pain constantly. But sciatica kicked in again. I was on a European tour. And actually, sciatica was off and on. It's like the pain down your butt. Have you ever had it?
Yeah, yeah.
And that goes down your leg. So I'd had sciatica off and on for years. When Hefe kicked me on stage from NoFX, because I poured vodka in his mouth and he got mad. And then he kicked me from behind, and he's a black belt now, but I actually say he's a pink belt because that makes him mad. But he gave me a fucking hard kick in the back when I was heading over to Fat Mike to feed him some vodka, and I kind of just shook it off. I just go, don't even, just pretend like it didn't hurt.
Really?
I just like, ooh, it was a good one. I'm like, no, just like kept walking, and that pissed him off, and because he wanted a reaction. Like, I kicked you hard. I'm a black belt or brown belt at the time. I just ignored it. Like, I just like, get away from me, like a little gnat. Then he took his guitar off and tackled me and double-legged me basically into Melvin. Melvin hit himself in the nose with his guitar, and everyone was mad and blah, blah, blah. But it was funny. Like, it all became funny. And, of course they posted it 1,000 times. But that sent me into oblivion for like months of like brutal pain, like kill yourself, like can't take it, screaming in the car.
Damn.
Can't stand, can't sit. Like, only thing that would relieve it was laying down like a certain way. And I was desperate. I probably spent $10,000 on all kinds of treatments, decompressions, physical therapy, massages, ice bath, the cryo thing. I was talking, not ice bath, the cryo thing.
Hyperbaric chamber, you ever try that?
Claustrophobia, bro. That's the worst.
Travis has got one. I'm trying to go try it, man. I'm scared, dude.
No, you can't because you can't get out of it for 20 minutes, dude.
Okay.
If you have a panic attack, you cannot come out of that thing.
Okay.
You get the bends.
I'm not doing it then.
I mean,
is it small?
Well, it depends on which one you go in. Yeah. No, they're not. They're like little MRI tubes with like plexiglass.
Oh, no, I'm not doing it.
And my chick got it done, and there was an old lady next to her, and the old lady started panicking, and she didn't speak English. And the guy was trying to tell me, I'm sorry, I can't take you out for 15 minutes. So I was like horrified hearing the story.
Okay, I'm not doing it.
You ever watch those reels on like Instagram where those guys are in caves and shit?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh my God.
Too.
I fucking...
It's so
insane.
deep inside.
They die in there.
And it's so like narrow.
They die.
Holy
They
shit.
literally get
like
stuck and die. It's
like,
who the fuck wants... You can't turn around.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
No.
Hey, was that when you jumped into the drums in NoFX? Because that's a different time.
No, it was a different time.
That was recently, though, I think.
Yeah, it was one a while ago.
I think on the last show you went to.
Oh yeah, that was in Portland. Yeah, before that I did the vodka thing.
Also, when you tackled the singer TSO and you guys fell into the barricade.
Yeah,
that looked really fucking crazy.
You know why that happened?
Why?
We're getting off topic, but we'll
sure,
keep going. Here we care. Like,
I love TSO.
So we TSO was playing at Raji's and they were doing a live album in like, I don't know what was it, 1990 or something like that, like maybe 87. I don't remember what year it was. And I was there with my brother and a bunch of other crazy people. And so we attacked Jack on was it Abolish Government, like land of the free to the power of the people in
uniform.
America,
land
right? Like that little solo vocal part.
Yeah,
we attacked him and took the mic from him and sang that.
Okay,
and then gave him the mic back and everything's good. Mayhem, crazy show. Record comes out, we're not on there. I was like, what is this? This is not live. We took the mic from him.
No way.
And so I called him. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Oh, yeah, I had to the vocals were real bad. There was like feedback and stuff. I had to re-sing the whole album. I go, you re-sang that, and you guys put it as a live album. So probably doesn't like the fact that I'm telling that story right now. But like, I was like, fuck that. So next time they recorded a live album, I was like, yeah.
So that's what that was.
The next time around, it was like 20 years later. I'm going to get him.
No
way.
I
was like, you know what? I'm just gonna throw him off the stage, like in the middle of a song.
He's a big dude too, right? He's big, right?
He's bigger than me. He's probably like 360 right now. He's big. He's like 6'5", 3. He's a big boy.
Okay.
And I was like, well, if he's in the audience and everyone knows that and there's no vocals, he can't fix it. He's gonna have a blank spot.
Oh my God!
I
20 years later,
snatched him, and there's a blank spot on Dance With Me. And like while we were laying in the barricade, he's like, "You motherfucker! I'm gonna get up, boy. Let's go. Got a song to sing." He's all, and I mean, lucky we didn't get hurt because we both went head first.
That was crazy, bro.
That was like 600 pounds of flesh hitting the floor, and he did get hurt a little bit. Not like I had to pay him some money for massages. He's all, a couple massages will help ease the pain. I was like, how much? He's like 600. I go, okay, what's your Venmo?
Oh my God.
He could have probably come at me pretty hard, but we have a good relationship. So yeah,
same song again, another live record. Wow.
No, it was a different song actually,
okay.
but it was like, yeah, and then he got back up and he finished the song. They just kept rocking,
Dude.
It was awesome. I mean, I got a lot of hate mail from all his, fans.
You did?
Oh yeah. Well, it's always like, got to be 20-30% of haters,
True.
Breaking guitars, tackling Jack, it doesn't matter. Someone's got to hate and say fucking Fletcher's a alcoholic bully. I'm like, that's a fat alcoholic bully to you.
I wonder, like, people watching like the NoFX show and might not know who you are, then see this dude on stage like smashing the guitar, jumping into the drums.
Asshole. I'm like, I respond to people. I just like, I'm so happy that I made you mad. First of all,
yeah,
you're mad and I'm taking up space in your head. I hope it lasts for months. I hope you're upset with me for months. That's exactly why I do it, to upset people like you. But it's not really true. I just do it because I don't know, like breaking shit.
Yeah,
it's fun.
So that's all the shit adding up on your body, man.
Yeah. So all that stuff. But so yeah, back to the stem cells. So I my back's all jacked up, and I call CPI and I start going down the thing, and they do this. They do this thing. They're like pioneers in low back stuff where they go into the disc.
Okay.
They suck out the juice out of the disc, like a guided,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's CAT scan probably guided, pretty serious operation. Not a serious operation. It's literally just a needle going into your disc, but like it's got to be precisely done.
Big ass needle.
Not that big.
Okay.
Because the stem cells are like, they're not thick material. It's like liquid, right?
Okay.
So go into the disc, whatever the hernia disc is, they pull as much as they can out, and then they fill it back up with stem cells. And the results are literally insane. I mean, I don't know what the percentage is. It's got to be like working on like 90% of the people.
Yeah.
You know, there's obviously a couple people, different people that don't take to it as well as others. But like I've seen the MRIs on people where it looks like my back, like crazy bulge disc pushing out the nerves. Like you can literally see it like fingers.
I have it right now. I have a C7 right now pushing it on my fingers right now.
Right. So you know what's up. And so a year later, the backs look brand new. I mean, like brand new. The discs are completely retracted. All the tissue is back to normal. All the inflammation is gone. And I mean, I've talked to 100 people that have had it done. And I met a lot of people when I was down there. Scotty, the owner, was one of the first people to do it. And his back MRIs are insane. So CPI stem cells are lasting longer than anybody's. They're working. It's proven that they're working up to a year. Like, so there's all this crazy stuff around stem cells that people don't understand. Like, oh yeah, I got it in, at my doctor's office in America. No, you didn't. So the whole deal is like and I'll probably get some of the terminology wrong, but like the stem cells are coming from the umbilical cord. So when people talk about like babies, embryos, all that shit, it's all a lie. It's all just hype, like religious right, whatever you want to call it, like that whole you're killing babies to get. I've had people like, oh, you're one of those people. You're going to kill a baby to get stem cells. Like, shut the fuck up. It's coming from umbilical cord. Umbilical cord is like medical waste unless they sell it to like scientific experiments.
Okay.
This umbilical cord that they have happens to be from one of the owner's wives who was like perfect, genetic test. They did everything.
Wow.
She had a baby 8.5 years ago, and they've been using that umbilical cord the whole time.
The whole time. Wow.
So they duplicate
okay.
the cells. That's what's illegal in America. You can't duplicate cells because Bush passed a law, cloning, right? It's like you're making cells. You're not cloning human beings. Like it's not some crazy concept, and it helps people. So stem cells are what your body sends out to fix yourself. They could turn into bone. They could turn into a meniscus. They could turn into lung tissue. They could turn into pancreas. Wherever your body's hurt, your body sends stem cells. Now, my stem cells are probably pretty fucked because I've been drinking for like 40 years straight. And the older you get, and you don't have enough. Like there's not as much as you want to be making when you're young. So they duplicate the stem cells. In America, if you get umbilical stem cells, they're not separating. So you could get ones that are going to turn into bone or fat. Like they take a clean blank stem cell. Mesenchymal is what they're called, right?
Yeah.
And then they take ones that are going to turn into tissue. So they know what stem cell it is. They duplicate it. They can treat 150 million people off of that one umbilical cord.
Holy shit.
And they make a stem cell that's like called the chondrocyte stem cell, where they take cartilage growth factors, I guess. Like I'm not so detailed in all the shit, but like they introduce that to the other stem cell, and then when that stem cell sees cartilage, it wants to become cartilage immediately.
Gotcha.
Just the regular mesenchymal stem cell wants to become ACL, wants to become bone, whatever your body needs.
Yeah.
So I got like 30 million of the chondrocyte ones, and
30 million
in each knee, 10 million chondrocytes in each knee, and 20 million mesenchymal, where those ones will just go repair whatever, and the 10 million are looking to become cartilage. You saw Danny Way's X-rays.
Yeah.
He had bone on bone, grew 2 millimeters of cartilage in 14 months. That's insane.
That's crazy,
It
man.
never happened before in the medical world. I have bone on bone. My left knee's bone on bone. I'm going back in like a month or two to get another MRI and look and see. I guarantee my bad knee is like zero pain. It's zero. My other knee, I tweaked it in the middle of my recovery, running around on stage, probably in Portland.
Yeah.
Diving in NoFX's drums or something.
Oh, for sure, dude.
But then that leaves like a 1 or a 2, down from like a 7 or 8. The other one that was bad is like zero pain. Like I go up downstairs, go hiking on hills, I get no swelling. It's absolutely insane.
You got this in April too, right?
I got it like April 1st or something like that. But
damn.
So they have the ability to duplicate stem cells. In America, it's illegal. So when you go to these doctors, oh yeah, we have umbilical stem cells. Yeah, blah 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 blah. And then I talk to someone. I go, well, how many do you get? Well, they didn't tell me. Yeah, call them back and ask them. Oh, 100,000 in each knee. I'm like, I got 30 million in each knee.
Damn.
Do the math on that.
Holy shit.
And also what CPI is doing, Cellular Performance Institute.
Yeah.
They're doing hypoxic stem cells. So their stem cells are being deprived as they grow them. They're depriving them of oxygen. So I think that's how they do it. But when it goes into the disc, there's not a lot of oxygen in a disc, right?
Okay.
In a knee, okay, there's more, but different body parts, there's more oxygen getting in that area. So their stem cells are trained to survive in low oxygen environment.
Okay.
No other stem cell place like Colombia, Panama, Switzerland, none of them are doing that. So CPI is, like, to me, after my research, absolutely the best number one, because especially if you're doing your back, these stem cells are tougher, right?
Yeah.
And they're also separating them to make sure you're getting a blank cell. I mean, they just cured fucking type 1 and type 2 diabetes in China. Have you heard about that?
No.
Cured, dude.
With stem cell? Stem
cells. They took out chicks' pancreas cells, introduced them to stem cells. I don't know what kind. I mean, I'm assuming umbilical cord. And then got them to morph somehow, put them back in, completely cured. Now, that's in crazy. America, so I think the first thing America did was put a bill into act where American pharmaceutical companies cannot conspire or collaborate with Chinese medicine. You know how much money is in diabetes? First of all, the food's going to make you sick and get you diabetic.
Absolutely.
And then you're going to be on medication for your entire life. Metformin, Jardiance, Ozempic. Like, the amount of people that are on diabetic. I'm type 2 now.
Okay.
When I got my stem cells in Mexico, my diabetes went away for like 3 weeks. I was blown. I was like, wait a second.
Holy
my
shit.
diabetes is gone. And the guy's like, don't get your hopes up, because we haven't really seen. It's like a temporary thing, but it was absolutely gone for a couple of weeks.
Damn.
And they're working at CPI. They're working on like liver, pancreas, heart stem cells. They're seeing people with like bad heart function get an IV stem cell treatment. Go to their doctor, like, your heart's working 15% better. What? This is impossible. Go back for another treatment. Your heart's working 30% better. So
holy shit.
The new technology is going to be like, hey, let's take a liver stem cell, and like how they made the chondrocyte stem cells that go to turn into cartilage, wannabe cartilage cells. They're working on all that right now. I mean, it's going to be an absolute game changer, but half the orthopedic surgeon business is going to be gone. My back doctor was like, you can't go to Mexico. You're going to get an infection. It's not proven to work. There's no evidence. Do you want to see these MRIs of my friends and these x-rays?
Damn.
And tell me. So now that I've gone there, and I didn't get my back done because I have sleep apnea, and that's getting put out with sleep apnea is dangerous. Like, you could, not wake up. They're like, no, we don't want to treat you with sleep apnea until you get that under control, which is totally respectable. Like, they, if you have certain types of cancer, they won't treat you. Like, a guy next to me got booted because he told them I had basal cell or squamous cell, and they're like, dude, we can't treat you. And he was so mad. I'm like, they're saving your life. Like,
damn.
Because the stem cells can turn into, squamous cell cancer, certain types. So they want like you 5 years cleaning off cancer.
Yeah.
They're really meticulous down there, super professional. I mean, everyone talks about the food and the view and all these other treatments they're doing. I'm like, all top notch, but I'm like, stem cells.
Yeah.
The food is great, man. The vitamin, the vitamin packs that they give you. And
how long are you there for?
5 days.
And so you're pretty, when you're done with it, you pretty drains your body?
No, They pick, like, you spend the night in San Diego, they pick you up, they fast track you across the border in like a Mercedes Sprinter, take you to a really nice hotel, like Hyatt Place or something like that. Then they take you for your MRIs. They got like 10 MRI spots because they got like
open MRIs.
that mine was open.
Yeah.
And they have like 40 people a week coming down, so that everyone goes to their MRIs, and you go down to the clinic, which is right on the water, literally on the beach, looking beautiful view. Leather lazy boy chairs. You do like the Myers cocktail. They do ozone therapy, like clean your blood. They do NAD. They do all these treatments while you're getting evaluated to like get your body in a healthy state, get inflammation down. Then, eventually, like by Wednesday, you're going over all your MRIs. They do a complete blood panel.
Damn.
And then you're getting your treatments. And like, so I've had my knees drained before and it hurts. And I've had cortisone shots in my knees and it hurts. Like it's, it's getting a shot.
Yeah.
And filling up your knee with something. They drained my knee, which I wasn't stoked on because I hate getting my knees drained. They're like, we need to drain your knee. I was like, fuck, you didn't say that, but drain my knee. And then it's like a pinky syringe. 30 million cells is like a pinky syringe of fluid. It felt really full when they put it in. Like that pain right there for about 3 minutes it wasn't really pain. It was just like a feeling of your knees being really swollen.
Wow. Okay.
And by the time I walked back downstairs, within like 20 minutes, it was no pain. There was
you
nothing.
Can walk after that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I go back and chill. By that night, I was just cruising. Like, no. I mean, when you're getting your back done, you're going to be a little bit more sore. But like, people will go down there, they'll get their neck, they'll get a couple of vertebrae and a couple of discs in their neck. They'll get their low back done. They'll get their shoulder done. They'll get like one knee done. They'll get like 5-6 spots. Since they couldn't do my back or didn't want to do my back at this time, I got 150 million IV stems. And immediately it kicked off. I get these ocular migraines. I got all this nerve damage in the left side of my head, my scalp and my neck, right?
And banging your head or some shit? Fucking no.
Stage diving, jumping off buildings, skateboarding.
You put your body through shit.
I mean, brutal. Crazy. I have brutal, just bad. I used to let people like right hook me with my eyes closed for fun, thinking that was a good idea.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's good. That doesn't cause neck problems at all. God, some little suicidal kid knocked me out at the cat house. Yeah, Danzig was playing the cat house. I was trying to get a bouncer to punch me in the face, and he's like, nope. And I go, my eyes closed. Just let me have it. And some little like 5'6" suicidal dude just wrapped me, just right hooked me.
No way.
Got up off the ground. I was like, who threw that punch? But yeah, just stuff like that. So all this nerve damage, I get these like ocular migraines where I'm seeing like prison in my left eye. Like I go blind. And like when they do the IV one, they tell you it's going to be, it's going all over your body and it's looking like your wrist might flare up. You're like, what's going on here? You broke your wrist 10 years ago and it's not healed. Those stem cells will get in there and they'll start healing it. And it causes inflammation during the healing process.
Okay.
When it starts working. So I got an ocular migraine in the chair after like an hour. I was like panicking. I'm like, hey. And all the doctors came running over. Did it ever happen? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, okay, well, let us know, and it's not like life-threatening or anything. It's just a weird, you go blind. And I'm like, holy shit, those stem cells were cruising around, and the first place they found was that whole deal.
Yeah.
All that nerve, I couldn't touch my back of my scalp. If I touch the back of my scalp like this, it's like an 11 hot poker cigar in my head. It's completely gone. In 7 days, I haven't had an ocular migraine or any migraine since.
Damn.
In 7 days, my arm from playing the guitar, I have severe carpal tunnel, but my forearm muscle, it literally for like the last 6 or 7 years, I've had to massage my arm before shows for like a half hour, put a heating pad on it, put like Tiger Balm. Because if I start playing, my arm starts cramping up and the pain up into my elbow, it's brutal from holding the pick, right?
Yeah. 7
days, gone. And I mean, that's like from an IV of stem cells. So it's been like what, 6 months?
Yeah.
And I've never even think about my arm. I pick up my guitar and just start playing. And I'd never cramps, no pain, gone.
And how long is it supposed to last? It could last.
Well, forever.
Okay. Forever.
I mean, it could and the thing is, people understand like stem cells fix broken shit. They don't keep you from breaking shit.
True.
So like me tweaking my knee when I was supposed to be taking it easy was not cool because like it hadn't repaired. So now the stem cells are repairing. My knee got back. Like I had about 10 days where I could barely walk on this knee.
Yeah.
And that's because I tweaked it and the stem cells were working on it and it was inflamed And I was like, my God, am I going to have to go to the fucking hospital? And I woke up the next, 10 days later, and then it was back to zero pain. And I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
So, I basically wasted some stem cells, probably because they had to go repair whatever. Who knows? Maybe I tore my ACL and it had to go repair that. So, the bummer for me now is when I had gotten a cortisone shot in my back. So we can talk about back stuff off air or whatever you want to know.
Yeah.
'Cause I know about a lot of shit about it. So
does the cortisone shot help?
Yeah. So the sciatica I had was like I said, it was like kill yourself. Like Rooftop Mike, the BMX guy, you probably met him over the years.
Yeah.
We talked. He got the stem cells in CPI. He's doing great. But he was like, dude, I was literally looking for a rope. And I know what he meant because I was like screaming in my truck trying to drive a half hour, screaming out loud. It's life-changing, and it makes you mad. It makes you grumpy. It makes your relationships, pain's just bad. And,
and then what are you doing for the pain?
Yeah, I mean, it's exactly. So
ibuprofen?
Dude, I mean, I was taking Norcos, Advil, whatever, and it wouldn't touch the sciatica. It was like someone was shoving a fucking hot poker in my ass cheek for 6 months. I mean, insanity. And so when I got the second cortisone shot, the pain, I was on the way to Australia. I was leaving the day before I went to Australia, and I don't know if you saw.
Flight, man.
Well, I got the shot. The first shot didn't work before the cruise, the Flogging Molly cruise. Second shot, the guy went deeper, and that's a painful shot. Let me tell you, you're like face down on the operating table, and they do a guided shot into your back. I'm like, ugh.
Oh,
He's like, sorry, man, I went a little deeper, put a little more medicine. I was like, motherfucker. Woke up on the plane with my leg numb, got to the hotel, woke up at 4 a.m, couldn't walk, couldn't even make it to the painkiller bag 10 feet away. Was like going to call the paramedics. Guy came, gave me more steroids, oral steroids. I called Lindsay from Frenzel Rom. I'm like, dude, can you learn 14 Pennywise songs in by 2 o'clock? He's like, I'm on it. He was in the airport learning. He's a genius.
Holy shit.
He was there behind me. I made it to drink some rum, took some painkillers, got out there, hobbled around, pulled off the show. But the next day, all my pain was gone from the sciatica because the cortisone shot worked. But in return, it gave me a numb right leg from my knee down to my foot. My right foot is completely numb. So I'm limping. It's not because of my knees. It's because I can't feel my foot. So when you have no feeling, I could step on cords on stage and not know. So I'm wrenching my ankle because I don't know. When you put your foot down, your body just naturally adjusts.
Your foot falls asleep. Yeah.
So it's like my foot's if I put my foot in boiling hot water right now, I wouldn't know it. So that's been I'm looking into that.
So that's still right now.
Right now, and
Holy
some
shit.
people are like, "Oh, you're still limping." I'm like, dude, it's my back and I have that bulge disc. So it got rid of the pain it got the nerve off the disc for the sciatica part, but it changed this. It's like a 1 in 10,000 side effect that I got.
Holy
shit. Supposed to
shit.
Fix in about a year, but I'm getting scared because it can become permanent nerve damage. So I'm actually looking to go back for another shot, which I don't want to do. And I got some other things. I've tried red light therapy. So I'm just a walking broken. But the rest of, the stuff that the stem cells work does is insane. And I want to go get, the next step is going to be getting my disc with, at CPI for sure.
Yeah.
And I would say to anybody that's getting forced into surgery, definitely look into stem cells at CPI because you can just look at the track record. You could talk to 100 people and they'll be like, I was in bed, I was bedridden for a year, and now I'm 90%, 100%, living the dream now.
Yeah, I got these tingling fingers from the thing, but I know I don't need surgery, but I'm actually seeing a PT about it who fixed one of my friends. But there's something pinching there with my neck and my posture and all that shit.
So you got to do spinal decompression. You haven't done it, right?
No.
I got the spot for you. Well, you'll be able to find there's new machines. They grab your neck or your low back. There's one that straps you in at your chest, and then they put around your hips. They strap you in really tight, and the literally machine just goes pumps up and just pulls your body apart. So your spine is compressed, and that's what's pushing the disc out.
Yeah.
And then the disc is hitting the nerve, right? If you deload that spine, you've seen those videos where they crack those people.
Oh, yeah.
Around the towel around the neck, the humdinger.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So that's decompressing your spine. But the actual machine is probably better.
Yeah.
Because it's
And
like
the
slow.
chiropractor.
The chiropractor is good, and it might totally work on somebody, but the machine you do. So I've done tons of those treatments for my low back. It didn't give me the relief. It was temporary.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to get the stem cells. But for the neck, there's a new machine, and like that is huge, because if you can stretch your neck out, open it up, even if someone pulls on your neck, it feels better for you, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, I mean, neck stuff is like dizziness, brain fog, like all kinds of problems are caused by neck. And now they're finding there's like a top orbital bone at the very top is out, and chiropractors don't really adjust it. They have a machine, looks like a car antenna. They come down and precisely put it on that bone, and they snap it back. They have 3D x-rays now where you can see it. And if that's happening, like it could cause you all kinds of problems. And it's like science just keeps moving along and keeps finding out, like, oh, just a regular neck adjustment's not good enough. You got to get. I got vertigo really bad like 3 weeks ago, really bad. And I dealt with this for like 5 years from when
Jesus, man.
I got hit in the head with a bottle by Mike Smith, the pro skater. Well, I mean, we agreed to put Tabasco.
The OG Mike Smith?
Yeah, OG. He's one of
Who
my
invented
best.
the Smith grind?
Yeah, he's one of my best friends.
Holy shit,
I've been
that's
skating
sick.
with him since 1980.
Dude.
All the backyard pools, dude. We just used to roll.
Wow.
Never go to school, just go skate backyard pools with
So your friend invented the Smith grind?
Yeah,
fucking
and the
crazy.
Smithford. Dude.
Smithford, yeah.
Yeah, he would throw
Hit you with a bottle?
Yeah, well, we agreed we were bored. We agreed we were gonna put Tabasco sauce in our eyes at a house party at like 4 a.m. This guy had like fucking 500 kinds of hot sauce. I'm like, well,
Jesus Christ.
and I'd done it before, on the bus,
Yeah.
fucking around. And he's okay, and then he changed his mind. I'm like, no, dude. I had like Louisiana Reaper hot sauce. I'm like, you're getting fucking dosed. And he was like, if you fucking hit me with that, I'm gonna smash this bottle in your head. It was like a Grolsch. It was like a big dog. And I just went bloop and gave him a squirt. It didn't even, it got in one eye, but he immediately hit me and like fucked me up for like 5 years. I had all kinds of problems. And now I'm thinking,
Jesus.
I mean, I got a little brain bleed and I was dizzy, but I'm thinking now that it jacked up my neck and I have vertigo. So anyways, but back then they weren't really telling you, like, go to the chiropractor.
Yeah.
So the other day I got vertigo, or a month ago, I got vertigo. The room was spinning, like the pictures, like the spin out at Magic Mountain vibe.
That's crazy.
I go, fuck, I'm going to go to the chiropractor because I'm reading all this stuff about that top bone now.
Okay.
Go to the chiropractor, tell him what's up. He's okay, starts working on me. He goes, lay face down in the chiropractor cradle. The whole floor started spinning. Like it was crazy. I go, dude, I'm going to throw up. He's all, bear with me. And he started cracking me. And he hooked me up he did about 5 different cracks on me and hit me with the massage gun, stretched my neck, got up, gone. Vertigo,
Damn.
gone. So, like, neck shit is real.
Yeah,
So
I might go back to this guy. He did that thing with a towel on my neck. He cracked my neck. That was like 2 months ago.
I got a spot that's got a new machine in El Segundo, and I'll find out what
the
it's
stretch
called.
one? I need to do that.
Yep, and you just start opening that up, and could be a game changer.
Yeah,
And then-
you've had tingling fingers probably before.
Yeah, this my left finger was tingling forever, and actually after the stem cells it stopped tingling because nerve damage from playing the guitar.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And also I would do that gun I was telling you about, the radial shockwave.
Yeah.
I would do that all on these nerves in my hands. Super painful, but it
works.
Yeah.
I think like your C7's connected to these 2 fingers. There's like a whole chart they show me. Everything's connected.
Yep. You got compression up there. So
Damn.
decompress it. And then, stenosis is when the bones start closing because the nerves come out of the vertebrae. There's these little holes on the side of the vertebrae, and the nerves come out. And when the bone starts closing in, like bone growth, stenosis, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
And that's an old age thing.
It says stenosis in my MRI. It says
that's
that.
what it is. So, like,
You know how to read MRIs?
yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I've been looking at them for like 30 years. Like, but yeah, so they have to go in and like clear the bone away from the nerve.
Damn.
All that shit's so sketchy to me because I've known.
But I shouldn't have to get surgery for this, right?
No, hopefully not.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely decompression and then adjustments and then whatchamacallit, stem cells.
Yeah.
Stem cells are going to
Stem
change.
cells help pinch nerves. Yeah.
They
for
help
sure.
everything. I
Yeah.
mean, like, it's just, they're going to change everything. It's your body's natural mechanism to heal itself, right?
Yeah.
So why doesn't it make sense to do that? Now, like, I think like pharmaceuticals are a problem. CPI is actually trying to get FDA approval in America, which would be the best thing ever because they have the best stem cells. So if your doctor can buy stem cells from them and put them in you in the office, you're golden.
That'd be
like,
sick. Yeah.
And any doctor, like I got one doctor is like, yeah, go do it. Like one orthopedic surgeon, knee guy, ankle guy. Yeah, go do it, man. It's why would it hurt? I mean, I've heard good things. Another doctor going, no way, you need surgery. And it's like, oh, I need surgery because that's how you make your money.
Absolutely.
And it's like, I hate doctors like that aren't willing to try other things. What they should be thinking about is like, how can I get stem cells in my office to offer this as a treatment? You can still make money.
Yeah.
And at the same token, if you're like a doctor that wants to help people, but you got the government, you got lobbyists, you know how this goes.
Crazy.
Lobbyists, hospitals are the number one highest grossing profitable business in America. It's like 1.5 trillion a year. I just found that out. I didn't know. So like a sick person in a hospital generating money, a person on diabetic medication or painkillers or whatever, anti-inflammatory stuff, generating money for the pharmaceuticals, a person that needs a surgery is generating money for the doctors.
Yeah.
It's just like they feed us poison food.
It causes diabetes.
Get us sick.
Yeah.
Cause all kinds of things. Cause breast cancer. And now, and like, there's probably cures for all this shit that
you can reverse diabetes by diet, though.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm doing it right now. I got one
blood
of those.
Pressure, all that.
Dude, I got like a little, whatchamacallit, the little sensor on my arm.
You do?
It's been the best thing ever for me for the diabetes because
I can. Keep track on an app or something?
I know it tells me what I'm at. Like,
holy
I'm at
shit.
180 right now. You're supposed to be 100 and below. But I drink a bunch of coffee and that spikes me in the morning.
Damn.
For some reason. But that tells me like what to eat and what if I eat red meat, it goes down.
Okay.
I know, and that's vegans don't want to hear that. But like like vegetables, broccoli, green, that it works too. It goes down. So but if a bag of pretzels going to fucking 300. So I know what every time I'm looking at a bag of pretzels now I go, don't do it.
You love pretzels?
Love the honey mustard pretzels.
I love pretzels too,
like, don't do it, man. You know what's going to happen. And so it's been a good tool.
Are you trying to eat better and behave yourself better with all this shit? Because you're spending money on stem cells. You're trying to fucking beat diabetes. So you're trying to be more healthier. And
my doctor told me the example of fucking American medical system. My diabetes doctor tried to throw me on Jardiance, Ozempic, everything. Metformin's like a life promoting drug now, like all these biohackers say metformin extends your life because it protects like all your organs. So I'm not against metformin, but this fucker wants to put me on all these fucking meds, and I'm like, no, dude, I just want to do it on my own with diet. He's all, no, you can't do that, And I'm like, first of all, my regular doctor should have been telling me all these years, like, you're pre-diabetic. He should have been like, you need to lose 30 pounds.
Yeah.
Stop doing this, and this. Preventive medicine is not American medicine. That's Australia, Denmark, Germany.
Europe's so advanced, dude.
Well, they're paying for your fucking health care.
Yeah.
So they don't want you to get sick. In America, they're not paying for your health care. They're making money off you being sick.
And they're all connected to the pharmaceuticals and all the fucking...
Yeah. So it's like,
what? Companies.
Dude, there's so many crazy rabbit holes we could go down about how diabolical the corporate America is and on how they make money off of us.
And just think about the shitty food at the hospitals. There's no good food to eat.
It's illegal. Food is illegal in Europe that is legal here.
I know. I saw that. I saw that recently, actually.
Dude, you're like, hey, oh wait,
stuff that's banned over there, we still have it here.
Let's see. Let's deregulate shit in American food. So it'll get people sick, and then they go to the doctor, and the doctor makes money. Then the pharmaceuticals treat them for life. Like, think about how many people are on medicine for life. Like, my mom's on 13 medicines, dude, every day of her life.
Damn.
Because she became unhealthy and diabetic and heart problem. So you go to, like, Okinawa, Japan, no one's on medicine.
I know, dude.
And everyone's just never looking at it. Like, everyone's so rat race and on Instagram and Facebook and all this bullshit. The American people are not.
I know.
And they don't educate you in it. So it's so crazy. But my doctor tried to get me all shit. So last time I went to see him, he goes, wow, there's a thing called AC1.
Yeah.
And it's a 3-month history of your blood sugar. He goes, wow, 6.5 and above is diabetic. And if you're diabetic like I am, type 2, if I'm at like 7.0, that's okay. That's a good number for like a diabetic. I was at like 6.4. He goes, wow, you're 6.4. He goes, you're doing really good. And I go, how am I doing that? With a little bit of exercise and watching my diet.
Absolutely.
Wow, you're doing. Hey man, keep it up. I'm very proud of you. I'm like, what? You don't want me to take that fucking drawer full of medicine you keep prescribing to me?
Dude.
Like, it's crazy.
Are you off it now, the medicine? Or no?
I have never took it.
Oh,
I
that's
never
sick.
took it. I only
That's
took the
sick.
metformin.
Okay.
And I never, because all these side effects like gangrene of the fucking testicles. Like, what? No, never. You fucking, I'm out.
Damn.
Like, yeah, but I got all these friends that are on Ozempic and Jardiance, and it's like, if you just eat better and exercise, and you know me, I'm like, I don't exercise, but I do build shit and fucking work on cars and
you
move
don't go
around.
to the gym anymore?
I mean, I do. I went the other day. I went in the jacuzzi.
What about, are you walking? Do you cardio or anything like that? Or
Yeah,
no?
well, I get pretty good amount of.
What about
steps
your
and
diet?
Tour diet's rough, but I just try not to eat like carbs. I try not to eat bread and rice and shit like that. And
what about when you're home? Do you cook or are you eating out a lot?
cook and like yesterday I was eating like carne asada with 2 eggs and some cheese and salsa.
Yeah.
No rice, no tortillas. Just try to, because carbs are bad for diabetes.
Yeah. What about your sweets intake?
I mean, it's kind of a bummer, but I'll get, if I'm craving it, I'll buy that, like the sugar-free ice cream.
Okay.
Like Nick's Swedish, like it's really good.
Okay.
And I got used to it. So get an A&W like diet root beer and a Nick's vanilla.
So making floats?
Make your float, dude. Sugar-free float.
So you're ice cream dude?
Yeah, pretty much.
And you're a coffee dude too?
Yeah, coffee.
A lot?
4 shots in the morning and afternoon, either a Monster. I mean, I'm kind of addicted to Monsters, which, aren't the best thing for you, but they get your afternoon done for you.
You've probably been on Monsters for years though.
Yeah.
Since back then.
Yeah, I've been on them. I mean, yeah, they taste good and they get you. They get me through the afternoon. Or if I can't get a Monster, then I get a cup of coffee.
Yeah, and you're married now too, right?
Mm-hmm. 5 years.
Awesome, man.
My Australian wife.
She must be a fucking amazing human to fucking hold you down, bro.
Dude, she was like, we were at the Morello show last night, and she was raging harder than anyone in the building. I mean, but you know me, I behave like a child. I behave like I'm 17, and she behaves like she's fucking 15. So
okay,
it's a pretty good match. Like,
does she party too?
Yeah, she parties. Yeah, she parties.
Does she work? Yeah, obviously.
She was a teacher.
Okay.
For like the last 2 years, she was teaching in the hood in Inglewood, and she loved it. Had fucking great students, and then pretty stressful job though. And she was at a charter school, and those charter schools, like, they try to cut corners,
Yeah, my son was at one too. Yeah.
And it's kind of it was really stressful for her because they put too many jobs on them.
Mm-hmm.
And she went back this year, and she's like, I think I'm just gonna, give you like 2 months notice right now. And they're like, oh, you could leave now. We have someone to fill your position, because she was thinking about substituting. That's what I wanted her to do, like sub, because then you can go on tour with us, and we can go do whatever we got to, what we want to do, and you can just pick up work. So that's what she's doing now. But she's finishing up her master's in teaching, got a master's in business, got a bachelor's in international business, and a bachelor's in political science. She went to Pepperdine, so apparently she's smart. I don't know what she's doing with me, but
that's amazing.
Yeah. So it's.
Was it the first time you married her now?
Yeah, first time.
Damn.
I had a lot of long terms. You remember like Karina?
Yeah, that's right.
And she was around for a long time, and we're still buddies. And Rosemary, my wife Rosemary, knows her, and we're all good. Karina will take care of our dogs if we're out of town or something. So it's kosher. It's
that's nice.
It's all good. Yeah.
What about kids? You ever want to have kids?
Definitely. I mean, I love kids, dude. Like, big time. I'm having a slumber party tomorrow I got my niece, my biological bloodline niece,
awesome.
Avery. My brother passed away when she was a month old. And then her mom, stepmom, I don't know if we went down that whole road, but it's a long story. But her stepmom, who adopted her, had a girl and then had 2 boys, and they're just fucking maniacs. And I take them all to the house, dude. Like,
really?
Well, even Avery's like 16 now. So I'm not sleeping over your house, Uncle Fletcher. But like the kids are like 6 and 7, And we just party, dude. S'mores party, fucking watching, getting gangster.
It's amazing, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna take him go-kart racing tomorrow, maybe, and then we'll do a full slumber party and just rock out. Kids, they're fucking awesome. So I love them. That's like a pretty good substitute to having them. Like having four nephews and nieces, 2 dogs, like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah,
that's a handful.
It's a lot. Yeah,
but I feel like if and we talk about having kids, I'm gonna probably have to quit drinking because one night of me on the bottle could be like see you in prison for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think you could do that?
Quit?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Mm-hmm.
You retire from it?
I went 2.5 years that one time.
Yeah.
But yeah, like when I come home from tour, we just did a Dropkick tour. I think it was 38 days. Guess who drank for 38 days straight?
Yeah.
Me.
Anybody else?
Byron.
Okay.
Byron likes to partake in a little
All right, so
vodka.
Byron's your dude in the band then for sure.
Yeah, no. We're fucking don't talk to each other on the road. He's fucking hates me.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
I mean, not hates me, but
you guys party.
He's annoyed. Yeah, but we both party. Jim, says he's not going to party and then like a week later he's got a glass of red wine and he slips back into the game.
Just falls into the shit. Yeah,
Randy's been sober for what, like 7-8 years now. Boring as fuck. I'm like, can you please start drinking again, Randy? Come on, dude. He was so.
It must be hard to be the only sober guy in the band, dude.
God, dude, he pulls it off good, but yeah, there's no.
He's like Eric Sandin.
We're not having any AA meetings on our bus.
No.
But he's a good sport. But he was fun when he's drunk. He's dangerous though. He like takes his shirt off, starts yelling Long Beach and running through the streets of New Orleans. Like, no, Randy, can't do that.
Claiming Long Beach.
Yeah, Long Beach, what's up?
And you're in Germany.
Dude, we had a bar with Germany with a bunch of like fat Germans, like sitting at the hotel bar, and like 2 hours later, Randy's got his shirt off, like, "What's up, Long Beach?" Trying to fight like old German men.
And they're like, "We never heard of Long Beach."
Dude, yeah, like they didn't even speak English. It's awesome though.
What about social media? You on social media that much?
Not really, dude. I think the last post I did was like about CPI, like 2 months ago or something. I mean, I want to be like.
You check messages and shit from people or no?
On Instagram and Facebook. Yeah, I do, and I'll look and I'll have like fucking 900, and I'll be like, God damn it! So
Damn.
I try to get not that many, but like I try to get back to everybody. But yeah, I should post more shit. I think about it all the time. I got terrible ADHD, so I'm just got too many things going on.
You on medication for that or no?
The doctor actually recently prescribed me some Adderall, bro. I'm like, that's straight up crystal meth, you know?
Shit.
And I'm like, so I did try it because come to find out, like on Instagram, I started following ADHD pages and I got every fucking symptom. Like this person's got this and this person, I'm like across the board, like my brain never stops. Like I'm laying in bed inventing a new like fucking silverware organizer for the drawer, the fucking silverware.
Damn, so you never shut off, dude.
Dude, never shut off. And I mean, it's good because like you're creative, people that have it, but it's also like a torture. I look at like mail or something like if I don't like to do something, I just procrastinate. Like I don't care if it's my taxes or like I have a court case coming up. Like and the thing is, dude, I've whatever. I've never opened one of those pieces of mail ever. Yeah. That's the trick. Don't ever respond.
I was told by somebody that works in the government, it works somewhere, that he said, you will never go to jail for not going. It's bullshit, and you don't have to go.
I've never responded.
You'll never
my
get in
entire
trouble.
Life. Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, if I want to do something, if like, let's go work on my car, like build a hot rod, or work on my bike, or do something. Like I'm 100% like 10-hour day focused. But if it's like doing the dishes or like doing the laundry,
dishes sucks. That's
or
why.
like opening mail, paying bills. I'm like, no, like it's
that's all
adult
grown-up
shit.
That's adult.
Yeah, people like, ooh, you never grew up. I'd get like in trouble from that. I'm like, I Googled that shit. It's like, yeah, why the fuck would you ever want to grow up?
Yeah, you like fuck the bills and the dishes.
Let's go skateboarding and fuck the mail. Like,
we'll work on my bike.
Yeah, let's go like fun shit. So, yeah, it's like, so I my doctor was like, well, maybe you should try Adderall. I'm like, yeah, that's straight up. Everyone that does Adderall winds up on the meth pipe or doing blow.
Scary.
Like literally. And so I did it. I did it because I went to a doctor for an appointment and she goes, how are you today? And I go, well, I'm better today since you're here because I came here. I was here at 8 a.m. yesterday and my appointment wasn't until today. And she goes, oh, I'm sorry. I go, yeah, I got really bad ADHD. So I'm like, I can't keep track of anything. My schedule's all I have like 25 calendar books. I don't even know where they are in my house. Like,
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God,
I'm going to get a
dude.
calendar book today and start. And I write one entry, and then it goes in the fucking drawer. And then I do it on my phone, and I put it on the refrigerator. Like, I can't. It's just completely insane. And she goes, yeah. I go, yeah, so I was actually here yesterday. I got that. And she goes, oh my God, I have really bad ADHD. I go, you're a doctor. How could you have ADHD? Like, to that level. She goes, I couldn't do my files. So I finally got some medicine about a year ago. And she goes, I took it. And all of a sudden, everything went quiet in my brain. And I started crying because I had never felt silence in my brain. So I was like, damn, that was pretty powerful. So I took like half a dose of the adderall that the doctor gave me. And I was like driving to a dentist appointment. And, always some kind of medical shit at this point, right?
So crazy.
God, getting old. And you're a fucking healthy vegan and you got back problems, but you've been skating and beating yourself up stage 7.
I happened at the gym, actually, with my son a couple months ago, going to Gold's and trying to train with a 21-year-old, 100%.
Yeah.
Doing crazy weights I shouldn't be dealing with.
Yeah, see? That's fun, though.
Yeah.
So I'm driving, and all of a sudden I was like at a stoplight, and I started like humming like a Rolling Stones song or something. Well, you can't get no satisfaction. And there was nothing else going on. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm just singing a song out of the blue. Like, that never happened. I go, I'm not thinking about anything else except just Rolling Stones. I go, whoa, this is crazy. So it actually gave me a moment. But I've taken it like 3 times. But I got Randy, like, he's all, that's meth, because Randy was an ex-meth head.
Oh,
so you're fucking meth? You fucking taking Norcos? I'm like, dude, I'm in a lot of pain. And you fucking Xanax? And I'm like, well, I got Xanax for panic attacks on the airplane when they're like, you're on the tarmac for 19 hours.
Dude.
Like, or if if I can't sleep before a big show or something, I might pop. I could barely touch Xanax. Norcos, yeah, I dip into those for some pain, right? But then he's all, fucking take it. Your eyes, fucking Kyra, you're fucking on meth, Norcos, Xanax. And I'm like, yeah, these things are working good. And I fuck around with him. So, like, the whole tour is like, you're high in that fucking Adderall again, huh? You're fucking crazy, and you're fucking drinking. I brought my prescription out. I dumped it out. I go, count them, 59.5 out of the 60.
Oh, yeah.
I took half of one.
Yeah, dude.
So, I go, now what?
Are you not supposed to drink and take that either?
No, you could, I mean, well, I don't know what they tell you to do, but.
How was your blood work when you got your cholesterol and all that shit?
Cholesterol's good. It's crazy that my cholesterol
It's
be good,
so
right?
crazy, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm on like blood pressure medication. Another thing, like, hey, exercise, lose weight, your blood pressure will get normal.
But Chappelle just got off that medication, not to blow up his spot. He's been working out and changed his diet, and he just is no more blood pressure anymore.
Yeah,
he checks it every day.
Dude, it's all about diet, exercise. Exercise is the hugest one.
100%.
If you can get out there and do a half hour to an hour a day.
Just walking too, dude.
Walking. It's crazy how much benefit there is. And that's nothing. Like, our Americans are just sedentary, dude.
I know, man.
Facebook, Instagram, TV.
Are you a hypochondriac?
Serious. I was, but I'm over it now. Like, I was,
Sure?
I got a headache, I got brain cancer. Yeah, no, I'm totally over it.
Plus, you Google the shit online. It's so bad looking that shit up.
I used to be terrible, and then I just had so many, like, letdowns, like the boy who cried wolf. Like, doctor, I'm pretty sure I got brain cancer for sure. He's like, okay, you're all good. I'm like, what? Like, a week later, I think I got, like, lung cancer. He's like, no, you're all good. So I just gave up on being paranoid.
I've done it to my wife, our whole relationship. She's so over it. Like, it's not one thing, it's the other, man.
Yeah.
I'll find something to, like, stress about.
Yeah.
Like, I had a weird thing on my face the other day. Even Max is like, no, he's like that too. He's like, go get the looked at. You have some weird. It's gone. I was like, I should cut myself shaving or something. But any other thing we could already start noticing these things, though. You know what I mean? Like,
well, it's also because we have the internet now.
And I just got medical insurance, which medical insurance is such a fucking scam. And
how much is yours?
$400.
Did you get it? You got an HMO or a PPO? Do you
I got the one we can pick your own doctor, and it's through California.
PPO, that's cheap, dude.
I can get you the plan. It's Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Mine's $1,000 a month.
Oh no, dude! I'll get my wife to get you the plan, bro. It's through California covered.
Yeah, but what is she doing? Is she working?
She's a business manager. She works over there, but it's not through her. I pay for it myself.
I think California covered those is a special thing when you're transitioning. It only lasts for a little while, right?
No, you just have to go through it. It's almost like Obamacare or something. You got to sign up through that. Then you pick what you want.
Okay, yeah, I've heard about that.
I'm gonna set you up with it, dude.
Okay, yeah,
it's really cheap.
Because I'm paying $1,000, and then I'm on top of it, dude. I paid with my back shit last year and dental. I'm telling, dude, I paid $32,000 in medical shit.
Damn.
$32,000.
And you have medical insurance.
Yeah, with insurance. It's fucking insane.
And dental insurance is shot.
And people are like, oh, you can't do socialized medicine. It's like, the basic formula for socialized medicine in America would be like, you'd pay $1,200 a year more in taxes, right?
Yeah.
If everyone paid $1,200 more a year in taxes, you wouldn't have to pay for health insurance. And people are like, well, that, and I go, how much are you paying? They're like, $8,000 a year. And I go, wouldn't you rather pay $1,200? What?
Yeah.
$1,200 more taxes than you don't pay for insurance. And like people constantly are bashing socialized medicines like Australia, Germany, England, France, Holland, Belgium, Sweden.
Killing it, dude.
Like every single country in the world has government-funded health insurance. So one thing, they're going to make sure you don't get sick. They don't want you sick because they have to pay for it.
Yeah.
And so preventative medicine, keeping you healthy, is the number one goal.
Absolutely.
And making sure bad things don't happen to massive amounts of people, because they're all going to knock on the door and go, hey, I got this going on. I got fucking cancer from Lucky Charms. They have to pay for it out of tax dollars. So, and we've known, you've been touring for how long now?
Long time.
25 years?
Yeah.
Like you've been to Germany, Italy, France. You
Everywhere.
have friends all over the world, right? Thousands of friends. And guess what? We don't know anybody that was like, I died from a broken leg or I had we know people that have had open heart surgeries. We know people that have had, look at Milo. He survived in Barcelona. Big Bitch from Lagwagon, Germany. How'd they survive in these horrible medical conditions? It's like, no. I know people that I've known for 30 years in Sweden and Germany that have had back surgeries, had broken femurs, had heart surgeries, had brain surgeries, and they're all still alive.
I got friends going to Germany for back surgery.
Yeah, so it's like you guys are just, the people of America are duped by this bullshit political shit where they think we can't have socialized medicine, and it's like, no, the insurance companies are making billions of dollars profit.
Money, man.
The doctors, everyone's making. Over in Australia, the doctors don't get paid as much.
Yeah.
It's like they're doing it to help people. They make a good living, and but they're not like here where doctors are making $3 million a year, $4 or $5 million a year. We're so crazy, fucking man. Backwards that people are just so like ingrained, and they don't do the research. And okay.
No, it's true. My wife had this weird thing on her neck a couple months ago, and me and my son like, this is really sketchy. You should go get looked at. And then she had a PPO maybe or something. We couldn't pick the doctor. And so I reached out to some friends who were like in that world, the kind of scientists, kind of doctors, whatever, and just told them what's going on. And if I didn't know somebody like I did, I wouldn't have got my wife in this so fast. It was skin cancer. It was you mentioned it earlier. I forget the name.
Squamous cell.
No, it's like the
basal.
Basal.
Yeah.
And so I paid cash. Even I didn't use your insurance. I paid cash. I get in. I got it biopsied. I got it taken off in one day because I knew somebody. Otherwise, if I didn't, it'd take months to find the doctor. Man, I would never.
Well, so here's the problem. Like if you're in Australia and you have basal cell cancer, they want to take that shit out tomorrow because they don't want it to spread, or squamous cell, whatever it may be, because they're going to pay for it. In America, the insurance company goes, "Oh, you need to get an authorization for the,
that's
for
what
the
it is.
biopsy." And you're like, "Well, when's that?" My buddy, I was just talking on the way up here. He's got a bladder thing going on. He's got kidney stones. He's self-catheterization every day. That's like tube up the wiener to go pee.
He does it himself?
To himself 4 times a day. I'm like, never in a million years. And he's
for fun.
And his doctor isn't available to do the procedure on him till January 6th. I'm all, they want you doing that shit for a month and a half. I'm like, dude. So I figured out a way for him to get it done faster. Like, won't bore you with those details, but like, I'm like kind of a medical advocate because I learned so much shit for people. But the bottom line is, here they want to drag it out, and if you have like a terminal cancer, they would rather have you die than go get all these fucking treatments. It's because crazy, it's gonna if we authorize him to do this and this, it's gonna cost us $500,000. If we drag this out for 6 months, he's going to die.
Yeah, and
they have the people that look at the adjustments on that. They call him. It was like Fight Club. That guy that did the math, whatever his name was. They have people that actually crunch the numbers on how much the treatment will cost versus the patient dying. And so they drag this shit out forever. And so that's another problem because insurance is profit. And if a hospital is for a profit or insurance is for profit, rest assured they're going to do what makes them the most money.
Yeah.
And treating you doesn't make them money. It costs them money. In Australia or Germany, they want to treat you because they don't want you to get worse. You know what I mean? And
yeah. It's like I have to go to my prime doctor. Then my prime doctor looks at my wife, her doctor, and then they send you to get what's it called, the biopsy. They get the biopsy back, and then they find a doctor. It was all that shit. I was like, fuck that,
dude. It's so, we're so backwards here, but it's all just corporate. It's all corporately. It's about profits, man. You just follow the money every time in America, and you're just going to find.
There are some great doctors out there, but
absolutely, there's some of the best doctors in the world here.
Yeah,
but can you get to them? And if you're poor, you die here.
Yeah,
like you
fucked.
don't. You go to the hospital and they're like, yeah, they'll give you basic emergency care, but if it's not like you're going to die on the spot, they send you home, and then you got to go find a doctor, and then you can't go to a good specialist because you don't have insurance. And it's on, you don't have insurance? I'm sorry, we can't see you. Go to the free clinic.
Yeah.
It's like, it's crazy. So the richer you are here, the better, you go to Cedars.
Yeah.
You're poor, you go to Martin Luther King. And you UCLA. I mean, UCLA is a great hospital for trauma shit, but you don't want to be in there if you don't have to be in UCLA Med Harbor.
I don't have a regular doctor now, but I got insurance. But I had a friend who is a doctor, and I texted him. I said, hey, I have a pinched nerve. My finger's been tingling since August. Can you get me an MRI? And he got me to a place, and I was going to pay $600 per MRI. But then my insurance came in, and they covered it. That was like 2 weeks ago. But that was just through a friend. Otherwise, I don't know how I would have got that MRI and found out what's wrong with me. You know
Dude,
what I mean?
What I did now is my doctor for like the last 20 years, he worked at UCLA.
Yeah.
He had 3,500 patients on his roster, dude. His appointment times got down to like 15 minutes a patient, and he couldn't treat people. And he had a chick that needed a scan, and like, oh yeah, we can get you in 5 weeks. And he's like, no, she needs this scan now. Like she's got a tumor in her, it might have been breast or lung or something. She needs a scan now. And they're like, sorry, that's the first opening. So he made some calls and got her in. And he was like, if she didn't get the scan like that day, if she waited 5 weeks, she would have died.
That's crazy.
She needed treatment now. He goes, that was the final straw for me. This is UCLA. Yeah. He's like, I'm done. So he formed his own practice. He's a concierge doctor. So I pay him monthly out of pocket.
Wow.
On top of my insurance. I call him right now. I could text him right now.
Oh, that's mine. Mine's a concierge doc too. You can text me. You're right.
Yeah, so he'll come to your house. If I'm on the road, if I'm like, hey, I'm in Philly.
We're so lucky though to have that.
I do a Zoom call with him. He's like, boom, I'll call in a prescription for you. Now, most people can't afford that, but I can afford it, and I don't want to fuck around with like, oh, the next available is not for 2 weeks.
Crazy.
And especially when you're in a band and you're going on tour, you're like, I gotta leave tomorrow. I need some help today. He's like, come in.
Yeah.
I got you. So that's been like a big help on fast tracking stuff. But once again, I have the money to do it.
Yeah.
Some other guy is on an HMO and has to wait 3 weeks to see the doctor, and then like 4 weeks to get an authorization for an MRI. And then they go, we're not going to authorize the MRI. We're going to say physical therapy. It's like, oh, the MRI is $900, so you're not going to pay for it. It's fucking insane. It's all profit, and we're fucked because of it. And hopefully someday it changes, but probably not.
It is scary, man. Like having it or not having it. Like either way, I'm going to pay cash, try to, or just have it, and some things aren't covered. Like you said, the dentist and stuff too for insurance.
But if you had to go get like a bypass heart surgery, it's going to be like $300,000. You ain't coming out of pocket for that, and the doctor's not going to be like, okay, I'll give you credit. Like and like. My mom was like Inland Valley. It had an F rating at the hospital, and she broke her hip there. I put up signs that, please wash your hands and glove up before you go near my mom. The nurses fucking hated me.
No way.
Oh, dude, I was in there hard. I'm like, hey, you didn't scrub up. Like, and because they had an F rating on infections on wounds.
Holy shit.
They fucking hated me. I'd be like, hey, Bob, I go buy Starbucks for the whole floor and stuff. I'm like, look, I'm sorry. My mom's like, you have an F rating here, Mom. Don't say that. Don't say that. But I had like these big fluorescent signs. Like I'm gnarly because I'm like, I'm not gonna have my mom get an infection in here, get staph,
get worse,
and die.
Yeah,
it's so fucking gnarly. And that's a hospital that like almost killed her. Another time she had a blood a bleed on her artery from a procedure, and the guy was trying to transport her. She would have died on the way to the next hospital. I was like. He was like, you you want to be responsible for your mom's death? Our heart doctors, aren't going to work on her. I was like, what did you say? Like, I almost went over the counter on him. He ran from me in the emergency room, and then the nurses took me in there and go, hey, we got you. We're going to put, I knew a chick. She was a Pennywise fan. She's like, I'm going to put your mom in ICU right now. She was down 2 liters of blood. She would have died on the ambulance to the other hospital.
Jesus.
Like, stuff like that. Like, and they were just trying to get it out of there because they didn't want to pay. They wanted to just.
It's all money shit.
She got a treatment at this hospital, wound up in this hospital because it was like 30 minutes away, trauma, like emergency, like bleeding out.
Fuck.
And then wanted to get rid of her. And I was like, oh God, it's just American medical is really fucked up. But
it is. And bottom line, if you can still walk and eat good, do that first and foremost. You know what I mean? If you're like 80 or 90 years old, I say 80 or 90-year-old people that are still killing it, but health is so important, man, taking care of yourself.
It's a crazy thing that I recently
read. Water, everything. Man.
I've heard it always like your quads. Like there's a crazy mortality rate. I can't believe we're talking about all this medical shit, but it's cool.
It's cool. It's
we
different.
Haven't mentioned any band shit, basically.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Fuck me.
But like your thigh muscles, right? Like if you start losing that, like there's a crazy mortality, like your death rate goes, chances of death go way up. I don't know if it's like from falls, it's from all different types of things. So
it's a big muscle, man.
Yeah, and like I look at my mom, she's got no quad muscles because her back's jacked up, her knees are jacked up, and I'm like looking, and that's like when you slip and fall and break your head, break your hip, So I was like, God, yeah, and they're saying now like lifting weights and keeping your muscles is like the number one thing you should be doing.
Because if that's not, you have to.
Walking's good, but even lifting weights is cardio. It's cardiovascular. So
it's so good for you, man.
Being strong is like pretty key. And you think if you're 90 and you see these feeble 90-year-olds versus like some 90-year-old that's like, look at Alva. What is he like? How old is Tony Alva? Still skating?
Tony Hawk too, bro. Killing it, dude.
Yeah, I think Alva's like 69 or something, dude.
Still
skating pulls. Like
it
that's
keeps you, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's just what it's just
Caballero.
I know, bro.
God.
It's just lifestyle, doing how you take care of yourself, man. What about mental? How's your mental? You mental good? You ever get therapy?
Well, not according to my band members.
Do you ever get therapy?
I've had a couple here and there, like when my brother died and stuff. Like just getting a little checkup. I mean,
it's safe to say you're the wild guy in Pennywise. That's safe to say.
Yeah, I mean, I think like even when I've been to a therapist and I tell them like the rundown, like, well, I grew up in an alcoholic, violent household, and this, and this, and now I get drunk and break shit because that's what my dad taught me. They're just like, yeah, that's exactly what I did.
Man.
And it's like I'm not dumb. Like I actually like getting drunk and smashing shit. And I'm like, wonder where that come from. My dad coming home at 2:30 in the morning and smashing shit and going crazy and just fucking maniac mode. Like, yeah, it's not healthy. It's not good. But I mean, like, I kind of know like why I am the way I am. And how do you fix it? Stop drinking.
Yeah.
I don't usually smash shit when I'm sober.
Yeah, you're not smashing shit during the day.
But I get drunk because I want an excuse to smash shit,
Yeah. But when you're sober, like driving, you get road rage and shit, you feel like...
I didn't tell you this. We probably didn't talk about this. So I went to I've been to a couple Buddhist like things, meditation courses, which definitely people are like, you're lying, but no. So there's this guy named Tank Paw, and he breaks it off like what is the yoga? I don't know those guys, the Buddhists that wear, what are they called? The frocks or?
I don't know.
It's like a dress.
It's a dress. Yeah.
He rides a scooter and he's wearing like a frock. And like, he's like, people like, nice fucking dress, bro. And be like, so he did this big thing on ego. And ego is like our biggest problem.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, thank you. Have a nice day. Oh, I said nice fucking dress. Thank you. He's like,
kill you with kindness.
That guy's having a bad day and he wants to project his bad day onto me. And I just let it roll off my shoulders and I go about my business. Am I mad about what he said? Yes. But like the longer I spend being mad about him, the more space it's taken in my brain, the more negative energy I'm absorbing.
Totally.
It makes so much sense. So like if someone talks shit to you and you go, what? You don't like my fucking dress? And you want to fight them and all of a sudden you're in a fight and now you're in jail or you're beat up or maybe they killed you. Like, it made so much sense. I'm like, whoa, that person is having a shit day and they want to put their shit on me. It's like, yeah, dude, I don't got time for it. I don't know you. I don't care about you. You're not going to affect me. So
it's not worth it.
I used to chase people down, dude, in my car, and they wouldn't know how big I was till I got out. I have people get out of their car, and I just step out. I go, "What's up now, motherfucker?" And they're like, "Oh my god!" Like, jump back in, fucking run a red light, dude. I chased a guy one time for a mile, and he finally got trapped at a red light, and I'd been hucking up a loogie the whole fucking mile. And I just got out, knocked on his window. He rolled it down. He goes, "What do you want?" I go, just dropped it on his face. I go, "That's for you."
Oh my
dude,
God,
that's terrible. That's bad road rage.
Horrible.
Yeah, horrible. And I mean, I could go on for days about road rage. And so, anyways, I went to this meditation thing, and he was talking about it. And he goes, "People are constantly giving me the bird," and he holds up his middle finger, but he holds up his hand because he doesn't want to give the finger to the class.
Damn, super posy.
And he kind of waves, and he goes, "They give me the finger, and they give me the bird." And so we started doing, me and my buddies that have road rage started doing this thing where when people start honking and flicking you off, we just called it, his name was Tank Paw, and a hand's kind of like a paw, so we just give him the tank paw.
Wow.
We just wave the hand have a nice day.
Holy
so
shit.
I literally started doing it, and now it worked. I mean, there's been a couple times, but it worked to where I just go, "Yeah, cut me off. Cool."
Gives a shit, yeah.
Start honking at me. I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I'll smash your fucking car off the road and get out and beat you. 100%. I'm capable of it.
Totally.
But fuck you. I'm going to go get my coffee, and you just keep doing whatever the fuck program you're on, your miserable fucking bullshit."
Absolutely, dude.
Honking the horn. I'm like, yeah, it's so ego is if you can let your ego go on anything in life. There's
Totally.
Bernie Siegel. Have you ever read the guy?
No.
Oh, dude, you should read that motherfucker. It's so good. I haven't.
Send it to me.
It's yeah, I will. It's the ego gets in the way of everything.
Yeah.
If you can't let your ego down and be like, "Hey, yeah, maybe I'm not right." How many band fights have I been in, song parts or this? I've just over the years. I mean, the band probably didn't realize it. In relationships, just letting it go and being like, "You know what? Why do I have to be right all the time? We feel the need to be right, and we try to, we fight for that." And I'm I was the worst at it. I'm like, "You don't fucking like that movie? You're fucking dumb. You're gonna rewatch it right now. I'll pay you $50 to watch." Forcing my shit on everybody. And
you love confrontation. You loved it.
I like arguing.
Okay.
For sure, and I like
still.
Yes. Well, with Randy, it's really fun.
Okay.
But I like debating. I don't call it arguing.
Debating, yeah. But
I like debating, and I like to learn. If I'm wrong, I want someone to prove me wrong. But you got to do that, and I'm open to being proven wrong, 100%. Yeah. But when you get down to it, and you start going, "Well, why am I pushing my agenda on that person? They already told me they don't like fettuccine Alfredo or whatever or politics." I learned with all this political shit going on, you can't come at somebody we don't have to go into who we like or don't like, right? Yeah. But you can't win by going, "Fuck that guy, he's a piece of shit," blah 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 blah, because it just makes them put up a bigger wall and a stronger wall, right?
Absolutely.
So I've learned to just sit back and have a normal conversation and find well, what do you think about this?
I love that too, man.
What do you think about so and so let coal slurry get washed down into the rivers and then to the streams, to the rivers, to lakes, and polluted and killed a bunch of fish and made people sick? Is that good? No. Okay, well then so and so over here got rid of that. Can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Now the coal company's got to transport all that stuff and get rid of it safely. Does that make sense? Yeah. Created a bunch of jobs too. Cost the coal companies $200 million a year to do that. But our rivers are safer. People are safer. Fish safer. And a bunch of people got employed. Yeah, it's cool. Then why did Homeboy come in here and first thing he did was reverse that and start polluting? Are you down with that? No. Okay, that's your boy. That's what your boy did.
Yeah.
So I would just talk like that and be like, "Look, what about this and this and this? Could you agree with this? Could we land right here?
Yeah.
Find a common ground.
Common ground. We have more in common than we think, man.
And if you find even the most illogical person, I don't care if you're left or right,
yep.
If you could both come to a part, yeah, I could settle for that. That's how the country and the people will move forward. Right now, everyone's
so divided
it's
crazy,
and it's
man.
by design. Divide and conquer. You got all this misinformation, and people just look at one thing. I was tripping on tariffs. I was tripping on tariffs. I asked a couple people the other day about tariffs. So I was like, how I've asked a bunch of people, so you know how tariffs work? Because it was a big talking point for Trump was
Isn't like a tax
tariffs.
for importing stuff that's being
Yeah. But like most people, I'm like, we're going to tax China. We're going to tax so-and-so. We're going to tax, Taiwan, wherever. What does that mean? They're going to pay tax? No. If a lawnmower costs $100 and China's making it right now, and Walmart's buying that lawnmower for $100 and they're selling it to you or me for $200, the Keystone markup, 100% profit. If we impose tariffs on China, like 20%, say, then Walmart has to pay $120 for that lawnmower. China doesn't have to pay the $20.
Wow,
China doesn't. The tariff does not go to China. It becomes an import tax, meaning Walmart has to pay the $20. So now the lawnmower costs $120, and Walmart's going to sell it to you now for $220.
Wow, yeah.
Because no business is taking the hit. No business like, we're going to lower our profits 20. They pass it on to the consumer. So
it's not helping the American businesses.
Well, the idea is it makes Walmart say, well, we got to buy an American lawnmower. We can't buy from China because it's too much now. And so now we got to look to America. But they won't find that lawnmower in America for $20 or for $100. And then so it's supposed to start manufacturing jobs in America, right? So, okay, fair enough. It's a good idea when you look at it like that. But now you got to build a lawnmower factory. And it's going to cost $40 million to build it. And it's going to take years and years to build the infrastructure to build the lawnmower factory or the shampoo factory that's getting made in Mexico, wherever. And then when you go to build that place, then the EPA is going to come and go, hey, you can't pollute over here. You got to do this, this, and this. And you got to be stringent guidelines. And then it's going to be like, who's going to work here? Oh, you want minimum wage at $20 an hour, whatever it may be? Like, whoa. Now when we did all this and we now make the lawnmower here, the lawnmower costs $200, not $120.
Damn, you're right.
So can it, and the infrastructure to do that, of course, I'm all about bringing jobs to America and employing American people, 100%. But is the tariff the way to do it? And it'll start trade wars and all kinds of shit. So it's like when you add it all up, but most people don't know that. So what they've done is like, it's just this quick, like, we're going to tax, Mexico, and we're going to tax Indonesia, we're going to tax China. And people are like, yes. But it's like, no, they're not paying the tax. You're going to get, I'll never forget Paul Mitchell on NAFTA, the shampoo guy.
Yeah.
Paul DiGiorno, whatever his
Paul
last
Mitchell, yeah.
Well, it was Paul and Mitchell, but the last name is DiGiorno, blah, blah, blah. He's like, when NAFTA was a free trade agreement between America, Canada, and Mexico. So we know, like, Courtney from Massive Embroidery and Prints, Dubar, like from Pat Dubar's brother, he moved all his manufacturing to Mexico. And he started, he was making 30% more profit using Mexican labor and then just bringing the T-shirts across back to America tax-free. Wow. That was the American NAFTA Canada free trade agreement. Then the minute, like, they saw it wasn't working, I think Obama or Clinton or somebody was like, we're going to put a 20% tariff on all imports from Mexico now.
Gotcha.
And Paul Mitchell guy was like, yeah, our shampoo is going to cost us 20% more to get across the border. Guess what? I'm not taking that 20% hit. It's going to be 20% more at the register. And I was like,
gotcha, man.
Oh my God. And so the point back to like the topic, like you're the divide and conquer. So it's like these talking points, but no one really understands them. It just sounds good.
You see a headline or something.
Yeah. And so everyone's just like, fuck you. And it's like, this is exactly what they want. And they keep us distracted on social media and with like, I got some of my best friends being like, that's like fighting, like not talking, like unfriend me if you did this, unfriend me if you did this, like blah. It's so ugly. It's like, but if you sit down with them one-on-one, have a conversation, you'll find a happy medium. Yeah. And if we can all figure out a happy medium to agree upon, like, okay, that's where we should land. But politicians don't want that. They want you divided because they're all, we're a two-party system. And all the same shit keeps happening every 4 years. Crazy, man. Go to war. I mean, come on. Like Mitch McConnell just said the other day, your tax dollars aren't going to, we afford to give Ukraine another $120 billion? well, your tax dollars aren't going to Ukraine. They're going to the defense contractors. And you're like, oh, who owns the defense contracts? Oh, that's right. All the people that are lobbying to put people in government. And it's like, war is money. War is money. And like, follow the money. So it's just, man, it's a rat race. So I don't know.
It's crazy how long you've been singing about stuff like that, or band's been talking about this shit.
We've been talking about
Dead Kennedys, everybody, man.
And it's like, I think we got a like small part of the population that kind of goes, yeah, we're down with this. But like making change at the government level is so hard because the DNC like pushed Bernie out. They burned him. And like,
Bernie got burned.
And like the one's not better than the other. They're both bad at this point. And we need, like, other countries have Green Party leaders. Yeah. Other parties have independent leaders winning elections. Like,
it's crazy seeing people wearing presidential merchandise and how people think these presidents give a fuck about anybody in the government gives a fuck about us. It's crazy. They look at these people like celebrities, bro. It's like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it is like...
I saw like Harris and Trump merch at the Newark airport. I'm like, who's buying merch like that? It's so crazy.
A lot of people.
But it's just like celebrity, and it's just all this shit that people like. I don't know, man.
And it's all the media. And like, I mean, if you want to really talk about how politics should be done, or elections, taxpayer dollars should fund the people running for office. Everybody should get the same amount of airtime on every news channel, right? And you get this much money, and you run. You don't get to take $100 million from the pharmaceutical companies. Or the gun lobbies, or this or that. Both sides are guilty of it, right? They're all taking money, and they're all. Trump recently said that when he was going to drain the swamp the first time around, all the people he put in the cabinet were like CEO of Exxon. Like what? Like that's draining the swamp. He literally said, he told RFK that all the people that gave me money and funded my campaign, these are the people that they wanted, so I just put them in for them. I was like, you just literally admitted that you put people in office because the people that contributed to your campaign wanted those people. That's how it works in America. And he's like, I'm not going to do it this time around. So
crazy, man.
And like I said, they're both guilty of it. I'm not happy with either side. We got what we got now, but bottom line is, back to the meditation, like communicating with people is like yelling and screaming and like, fuck you, I'm smarter than you, I'm better than you, you're a dumb piece of shit. That's getting us nowhere on either side because they're both doing it. And I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and scream at someone. I've tried that in life. It doesn't work. You just get becomes more of an enemy. So sit down. Hey, what's like, I could name names on people that are super, super right. And like I said, I'm not right or left. I'm like logic.
Yeah,
they're both,
I like that.
There's things that happen on both sides that are good, but like the combination, like I've sat with people and literally over quiet, normal conversations, not raising your voice, that are hardcore, like hardcore one way or the other. And I could find a spot where it's like, you know what? And they start sending me like, is this starting to make sense to me? What this guy said? I'm like, does it make sense? Yeah, it does. I'm like, like it's common sense. So don't let the media I always say it on stage, like, don't let the media or politicians make you hate your neighbor or your best friend. Because if you sit down and drink a beer, smoke a joint, eat a veggie burger. Yeah,
you have something in common, man.
You'll find something in common because you weren't friends for the last 30 years or 20 years. And it's even happening with bands now. You see like a lot of bands that are like, fuck this, fuck that. It's crazy.
Divided in bands. You ever seen that show Common Ground on Jubilee? It's like all people from different sides. Where it's like one Republican versus 21-year-old Republican versus 21 Democrats all in a circle, and they have 15 seconds to debate. It's so good. It's
I think I have seen a little bit.
Really, it's all kinds of people,
watch
dude.
It. You got to text me that.
But therapy, your band, new record maybe next year or something or no?
I mean, I think I have 140 songs right now.
Jesus, dude.
Jim just put out a new one with his other band, the band he had a while back, Black Pacific. So he was like, he's dying to get shit out. And that was his outlet to do that. Turned out pretty good, I think. People pretty stoked on that one. But we're a nightmare to get in the studio, get in the room. It's like, and it's a good nightmare because, you can't just come in and go, here's my song, like you got to get input from everybody, and that's why I think some of our best songs are like, you know, if I write a song or Jim writes a song, like we can write some good songs. Randy writes a song, whatever, it happens. But like the best songs are like when we do battle.
Yeah.
Like how do double count on that snare roll, and it's ugly, but at the end of it, everybody feels like they got something in there, and it's a Pennywise song.
Yeah.
So I mean, like I got a shitload of songs. It's just a matter of starting to hash them out. There's talk about, you know, starting to work towards it. I mean, no one wants to hear new shit anyways, right?
I don't know. It's interesting with that kind of stuff, right? It sucks putting a new song out these days, and I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, I thought our last album was really good.
How many years ago was that?
Probably like 6, 7.
Ours was 10.
Yeah.
It's time, dude.
Social Distortion is like every 30 years, and they're like, yeah, okay, cool, it works. But I mean, like, play some old shit. That's all you hear up there.
I know, man.
I don't want to hear a new one.
Have you never not played Bro Him ever in a set?
Only when the cops shut the building down, or the promoter turned the PA off, which has kind of been a lot.
Did you see this reaction video on YouTube where somebody heard Bro Him for the first time?
It's
something recently came out. Somebody heard Bro Him for the first time. There's these reactionary videos on YouTube. It's just normal civilians listening to different types of music. It's really cool.
Have you seen that one brother like singing Bro Him? That it's like he.
Oh yeah, I saw. Yeah.
That guy's awesome.
Yeah, Chappelle sent it to me online.
That's classic.
Did anybody reach out to him or anything or no?
I don't know.
That'd be kind of sick.
Yeah, dude, pop him up.
They play Bro Him like at like games and sports things and stuff like that.
NFL now licensed it. They used to play it like for the Ducks, scored a goal, the Jacksonville Jaguars, Chargers. We're getting like nothing. Like
that's what Jim was saying. That's so
like news,
crazy,
it's like considered news, and they only play like a certain amount of it. And now the NFL licensed it, so they like we'll get
paid from
$12 a year or some shit, you know.
That's crazy.
I mean, hopefully that changes, so when we get old, we'll have some nest egg coming in.
I was talking to Jim about this too, because a lot of bands are like they're brothers, and it's dysfunctional, and it's a crazy family. But when you make the music, and when you get on stage, the shows are incredible. You know, there's all behind the scenes. There's all kinds of headbutting, but you love each other. You're brothers. It's dysfunctional.
It's like, I mean,
it's pretty normal.
You've been married for what?
28 years.
28. So, like, you know, you have your fights, right?
Totally.
And you've had Max, and you've had your fights with fucking Max. Like,
totally.
And when you're in a band, you're on the road. You're with your band members almost more than your family.
It's true.
And, you know, you're out there with 8, 10, 12, 24 hours a day, and you're home with your wife. Like, you see her from 6 o'clock till 10 o'clock and hour in the morning.
Different realities, man.
Yeah, and so to think there's not going to be fighting, and it's also like, you know, Min probably has a way of doing the dishes. You have a way, like, my wife, you didn't do the dishes good enough. I have to redo them every time.
It happened yesterday. She held up a thing. She goes, "Did you really watch this?"
I go, "It's good enough for me."
I know, man.
But so you have those in a band.
So fucking funny.
In a band, it's the same way, you know, and so. Yeah, you're gonna have fights, but at the end of the day, we're all brothers, and we all like have each other's backs. It's hard. Like sometimes you feel like you don't. You know,
Sometimes you feel like everybody's against you.
I'm the demon. Well, of course,
you're the most black sheep.
Yeah, I'm the black sheep. But I mean, like, you know, like I do dumb shit, and then they're like, "Forgive me," and then, you know, Byron does something dumb or whatever.
They love you unconditionally, bro.
Yeah, it's exactly how it is. Like, and you feel like at times like you're just alone, and like you're the fucking black sheep, and fucking everybody hates me, which is true.
I'm sure you drive some of those guys crazy though.
Absolutely. I mean, you can imagine. I mean, you've been on the road with me.
Yeah.
You only have to like hang out. You just get to pop by the backstage room, do Bro Him, have a couple beers in the motorhome, and get the fuck out. Like, I'm in the motorhome in the bus for the next 7 hours, like fucking doing dumb shit in the middle of the night.
Staying up all night and shit,
torturing people. Yeah, I mean, that's mellowed out a bit. But
so maybe they need therapy because of you too.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, we've talked to, you know, we've had some band sessions.
That's I heard. That's what Jim was saying.
That's it's good, man. It's like
Metallica shit, man.
Yeah. Well, that Metallica guy was a bastard. That therapist, he was just trying to get paid, bro. Trust me.
Maybe, yeah.
He was milking. I need to come.
I'm sure they found one by now.
Come on the road with you and make sure you're a good boy.
I'm sure they got somebody by now.
No, of course, but yeah, like getting it out, because it's hard to, like, we have arguments and we throw it around, and then, but like the problem is, so the number one rule is communication and being assertive. And Jim knows this. Like, instead of like Byron saying, I'll give you like a comical example. Like, Fletcher came in the bus and he reached in the Doritos bag with his filthy, dirty, alcoholic hands and took Doritos out. And now I can't eat Doritos. He should have poured them on a plate. Like, and he won't say anything, but he'll get mad. Like, so whatever like is bothering you, you need to be, hey, dude, can you wash your hands before you dig in the chip bag? oh yeah, but instead he watches me do it another 10 times and he hates me because I'm ruining the Doritos or whatever it may be. That's just one example. So if you don't,
you might be a little intimidating though.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. But if you and I'm drunk, and big and giant, like,
yeah, you know, he wants to deal with that. Yeah.
But so being assertive and communicating in your needs, then you don't really have an excuse. So if you're not assertive and you don't communicate, you start resenting, and the anger builds up, and then you have a blowout, and it's either like you hurt yourself or you hurt others. And like for me, like I've had tons of nights where I'm like pissed off at Jim or Byron or Randy or who knows what, and I'm like drunk, and I'm like, yeah, let's get the matches out and let's do some pain games. Let's burn our arms. I mean, you look at my arm, it's like
I've seen you with a stapler on your arm.
Yeah,
checking in the hotel.
That's
once.
like self-mutilation shit. Where it's like for me, it's funny and fun. Sid Vicious, Darby Crash, right? I've been doing it for 40 years, but
and you're still alive.
I look at it and I go, oh, yeah, that's me. Like not wanting to talk about this situation. I'm mad. I'm going to figure out another way, and it's either going to be harmful to myself, like whatever it may be, just to get like the anger and the outlet out
instead of talking about
it. Or I wait too long, or Jim waits too long, or Byron, and then we have a screaming match. It's like, fuck you, you fucking, and you blow up at that person, and it's completely unhealthy. So we're trying to practice like getting it out and communicating more, like being upfront.
Yeah.
And that's how like all relationships should be, because you do it with your wife.
Grown up shit, adult shit.
Yeah, and it's hard to get there, and it's still hard to like do it right, because you're like, well, if I mention this, he's going to get mad. And then,
but you're in a safe space when you're all together with the
you know what
I'm saying?
Therapist, yeah,
that's
like
what I'm saying.
You get to get it out.
Not that they're not safe, but I'm saying mentally you can talk about anything.
Right, you feel like you're going to be heard, and there's not going to be like a big blowout. But if you wait, then it usually gets ugly. If you're just out on the road and something's making you mad, then you don't. It
just builds up, man.
If you did it on day one and you were like, this is really bothering me, you guys, or Randy, this is bothering me, or Fletcher, you did this, or Jim, fucking, get it out and make, okay, well, let's fix it right now.
Yeah.
Instead, you wait 30 days and you're like miserable. So communicating.
Like, communicating and like.
But it's hard because you're
having
scared.
Feelings. You are scared, and you're probably and you're really not sober on tour either.
Yeah. No. Well, I mean, I don't drink during the day, I'm like, I've like on this last tour, I cut out the rum basically.
Okay.
And I drank like high noons and beer. I'd have like 2 beers, maybe 3 before the show. One or 2 on stage. That's really mellow for me.
Proud of you, man.
Instead of like a liter of rum before the show.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So and I kept it mellow, and a couple nights I slipped into the rum bottle, late night.
You're not perfect.
No, of course not.
At least you guys are trying to work on that stuff. It's really good. I mean, you guys are a longevity band. This is your career. This is so many. How many years?
37, dude.
Crazy, bro.
God. That's insane.
That's what I'm saying. That's incredible in itself. That's like.
Yeah, and I mean, no matter how mad you get at each other for like whatever dumb shit's going on, like.
And the same lineup for so long.
37 years. Yeah, Jason was gone like 25, 26 years ago.
Crazy,
so you're like,
bro.
Hey, we made it this far through all this shit. Like, we can keep making it and work in progress. But it's such a cool thing to, like, we're one of those bands, and you guys are one of those bands with the PMA message. It's like, we change people's lives, and people come up and say, you saved my life. Like, literally, I was going to put a gun in my mouth, and I didn't because of this song. Or my parents were going through a divorce when I was 14, or I lost my brother. Whatever it is, we've had those conversations. That is huge. To know that you've had that effect on humanity is insane. And it's like worldwide, right?
Yes.
That's insane. But like the fact that like we get to make music, which we love doing, and we get to travel the world, meet all these great people. Like we have so many friends from Japan to Canada to Hawaii to like, wherever. Like that's crazy. Like people pay tens of thousands of dollars to go on a European vacation. We're getting paid to go on a European vacation.
It's amazing.
Like, it's like that old saying of like, do what you love for your job, and it will never be a job. And
absolutely,
it's like, whoa. Like it's just such an easy thing. Like whatever it is you like in life, pursue that and figure out how to get a career in that, whether it's building hot rods, building Harleys, being a skateboarder.
Yeah.
And like, so we're so fortunate. I look at this and I go, and there's young bands that are struggling and you paid $300 a night, and like
totally
they're still out there doing it. I manage this band called Slaughterhouse, you know,
right here,
and they're killing it. Like they're so good, so proud of them. And they're just out there like, getting $500 a night. Like, okay, let's go. They lost like, $5,000 to go to Europe, but they went to Europe.
It's going for it though.
And going.
That's what we had to do though, man.
We all had to do it.
Yeah, dude.
And that's the thing. So just the life experience of going to Europe for a band and like meeting all those great people and seeing all these other bands play and just getting the
friendships
culture
throughout the years, all that stuff.
How many of our friends that have never gone anywhere besides maybe Tijuana?
Yeah.
You know, like, and I'm like, and that's another thing about Americans. Like, they haven't traveled. A lot of people haven't traveled and like, blah, 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 blah. It's like, no, dude, you don't know shit. We've been going to Europe for 30 years and I know how the system works. And like, oh, Canada, you know, you'll die up there. They don't have any doctors. I'm like, why are all my Canadian friends still alive then?
Yeah.
Like, no, like, get the best education you'll ever get in life is traveling
100%, dude.
and seeing a different perspective. When I go to Europe, I'm like, oh, a weight's gone. Because I feel like LA, it's pretty gangster.
Yeah.
I associate with some people that are kind of gangstery, and like you got to be on guard around here. You know, I was in Hollywood last night, and like I'm on guard. Like you get to Europe, like Berlin, I never feel like that.
I
you
love
go to
Berlin,
Australia,
dude.
like I don't feel that vibe, and so yeah, but
it's beautiful.
Being able to travel, being able to do what we love, and make music that makes people happy and changes people's lives. And it's like the feeling of playing Broham. You got like everyone in that audience. Broham has a different meaning to.
Yeah.
You know, I lost my dad, lost my brother, and that energy, like stuff like that. It's like, whoa, I wouldn't trade this for anything in the world.
I would say Pennywise saved your life too, probably.
Absolutely. I would be in prison 100% for sure.
Yeah.
100% for sure. I mean, I was like going to prison during Pennywise. Like I was about to leave the country type of shit for a while, or, you know, statute of limitations.
Damn.
So my book's going to be called.
Oh, yeah, you need a fucking book. Do you get a book coming?
I mean, yeah. I have
you should write a book, dude.
I know. I've been thinking of, I mean, I have a bunch of ghostwriters, but I want to try it myself. But you know,
do you journal and stuff at all? No.
No,
I bet that'd be good for you therapeutically. I know you ADD and shit, but like, if you wrote some shit in a journal every day or something,
and then lose it.
No, man, just have it somewhere in the fucking house. So
yeah. No.
Or like a real Pennywise doc would be sick too.
Yeah, that's got to come eventually too.
But I think a book would be great for you, man. This would be very therapeutic. You live so many lives, dude.
Yeah, been through it, but I mean, it's a good ride, you know.
I'm glad you're getting fixed now, though.
Yep, rock and roll.
It's great,
Stem cells.
Stem cells, dude.
No
what was the last real job you had?
Wow, it was probably construction.
Okay.
I mean, I think I started
during
off,
Pennywise.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's how I bought my guitar amps and bought all the beer to like lure people to backyard parties. You know.
Okay.
Yeah. I built Pollo Locos, dude. I built like a ton of them around here.
So you've worked during the Pennywise. It's just all in the opposite music.
Well, I mean, I worked until I got like a $1,200 paycheck for Pennywise, like Unknown Road.
Dang.
I got a check in the mail. I was like, what? I don't need to go to work this week or this month, you know, at that point. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, I got another check. I'm like, hey, Dad, I don't think I'm going to go to work anymore. And then it was like, you know, interviews. Oh, this, that, in the studio. Like, it became a job. And so, yeah, it was awesome.
Then.
Yeah, so Unknown Road basically was the turning point where I put down the tool bags. I mean, I was building a loft the other day, like in my garage, running.
That's for you, though.
Skill saw and shit. I still love building shit.
That's cool. You're handyman, yeah.
Yeah, but I just, like I haven't had to do that labor.
What year was Unknown Road? What year was that?
I think it was like 93.
So that's the last time you had a regular job.
Yeah,
you've been on your boss the whole time.
Yep.
That's insane. That's amazing, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be hard to go back to working for somebody, you know.
Damn.
And you know that, like,
yeah,
we've been calling.
We're very
our own
blessed when they
shots.
do what we love, dude.
Absolutely.
Then Warped Tour's coming. We can't say who's on it, but it's crazy. It's sold out with no bands announced. That's crazy.
40,000 people a day, 3 days in LA, and then there's a what?
When are they gonna announce the
RFK?
bands?
I don't know. I mean,
I know you know the bands. We can't say, but
yeah,
there's a stadium one. You said RFK Stadium.
RFK and then Daytona.
Damn.
I mean, I mean, it would only be fitting if we played a couple of those,
Of course,
wouldn't it be?
dude. Yeah. We'll see what happens.
You never know. Kevin, hey, did you hear that?
And what about like new bands? You listen to new? I know you have Slaughterhouse, but you do listen to new bands. I've seen you at different shows though. You're out and about.
I was loving Amel and the Sniffers. Like,
yeah, they're
kind of
sick.
weird. Like,
no, they're cool.
Loving it. I love conservative military image.
Yeah, I heard about them too.
And like, there people probably hate on that because it's fucking, you know, Chicago thug rock, if you will. I don't think.
No, I heard great things about them too.
I mean, they're killing it. Like, their shows are gnarly. It's pretty. I don't know.
You like hard stuff.
I mean, that's just like that's just like, fuck you, get out of my way shit.
Yeah,
and that's not like I love
Yeah.
PMA shit. I love.
No, I know.
I mean, I love the new Turnstile record. People.
Oh yeah.
Their old shit was great.
There's a new one coming too. I heard. I'm excited. Dude.
I was like, when I heard that new one, I was like, these are gonna be headlining festivals in 2 years.
Bro.
They probably will.
Fucking
Like big
massive,
ones, dude.
Massive, dude.
God, and the crowds just go off. I saw them at Garden Amp before.
Oh yeah, maybe a long time ago. Yeah.
Like it wasn't even that long ago. It was like a year and a half ago. It was right when that album came out.
Yeah.
Right when they were starting. They were already doing well.
Yeah.
But yeah, they kill it. They're Damaged. That
okay, I heard of them
Damaged.
too.
They're really awesome. God, there's so many bands.
Is there something that Fletcher listens to that Pennywise fans would be like not like, I hate the word guilty pleasure, something like poppy or something? I know you're not listening to Taylor Swift in your car on the way here. But
like Ice Coast, West Coast G on the way up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hip hop shit.
Definition of West Coast G.
Okay.
It's
definitely
good.
know you listen to hip. What about like some pop shit, like nothing random like that?
I mean, I think I grooved on like Toxic by Britney Spears a while back. You know, that was a good one.
But you're not listening to like Taylor or Billie Eilish, any of that new stuff?
Billie Eilish is cool. Yeah,
okay.
I definitely like Billie Eilish. I mean, not in rotation, but
you're not in your car listening to it.
Love it. She's super cool too.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, for sure.
I took her to one of our old guys, Sully from the Warped Tour. Security guard. He was like her head of personal security.
That's right.
He slipped.
I ran into him at her show. That's where I knew him from.
Yeah, dude, I saw her at the Forum, and he's like, "Hey,
I was at the Forum too."
Dude, he's like, he came out in the audience and goes, "Hey, get your niece on the rail right now." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Boom, come with me, Avery and her friend," and like. All of a sudden, Billy's jamming down, high five my niece.
That's sick. Yeah. I'm gonna go see her at the Forum in a couple weeks. She's playing.
Oh, she is.
Is he still with her?
I don't know. I haven't talked to him.
That's where I knew him from. The shaved head. He came up to you and said hi to me. That's right.
Yeah, he's awesome.
That's such a small world.
She's cool. I mean, she's punk rock, dude.
Totally.
We actually.
The whole family's incredible, man.
Mm-hmm.
Good people.
I met her dad and the stray dog that they had.
Yeah, dude. They rescue crazy dogs, man.
So she played after us at a festival in whatchamacallit? Was it where was that festival?
Somewhere in Europe?
Yeah, it was I forget which one it was. But she played after us and we were like the first band that ever got let on stage with her. Because Sully was there.
That's cool.
And we watched it and it was insane, dude. The crowd was insane.
Hopefully I'll see the one coming up in a couple weeks.
Let's go.
You have a 3-hour dentist appointment now?
Yeah, just looked at my clock. I'm like,
I need to hook you up with a good dentist. I have a great dentist for you. He was just on the podcast. He's fucking awesome, dude. Because you're probably not scared of a dentist at this point.
Dude, no, I don't even run Novocaine at this point.
Really?
No.
Why not?
I don't know, but I got a 3-hour appointment, and
I know you love pain. Okay, dude, Fletcher, thank you for being here so much. This is fucking awesome. Stem cells, everything. Cellular Performance Institute. Look into that.
Yes.
Fucking
life changer, game changer.
Yeah, dude. Thank you for being. This is better than the first one. Any major regrets anymore? Any no regrets? No, he never regrets, right?
I mean, occasionally, everyone's got a couple, but
yeah.
I like the moniker "No Regrets."
Okay.
Just life experiences and learn from your experiences.
Love it.
Got a regret? Fucking fix it, make it better.
All right. Thank you,
Boom.
Fletcher.
All
this
right,
is awesome, dude. Peace, everybody. Bye. All right, so I'm jumping on the call with my man Fletcher. It's been a minute since we did this pod. Thank you for your patience. I do too many podcasts because I can't stop talking, so I'm backed up. But it's out now. And how are you, man?
Pretty good.
I saw you guys been traveling a lot, playing some shows, and you guys are overseas in Europe, I think.
Yep, did Europe with Comeback Kid and
great band.
Propagandhi, Iron Roses, Dead Pioneers were awesome. It's a good time.
Yeah, that's a sick lineup.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good vibe. Everyone got along really good. It's one of those tours where you're like, backstage, breakfast, lunch, dinner, showtime, and everybody was good, man. Good hangs.
How are you in the tour? Are you getting the wild on there? Or are you pretty chill?
We probably had a couple nights, but it was the usual wake up, have a couple beverages, and play the show. So it was good. Like I said, the hangs were really good, so you could hang out with different bands, different nights, and there's enough people to go around. And
I like that.
Dave Pollock was out there, having a couple cocktails, so he's always entertaining.
I just had Hoppus on the podcast. Obviously, just read his book, and he talks a lot about you. And there's some crazy stories with, snow in Canada and Tabasco sauce and all. But also at the same time, really saying how you went to bat for them, got them on the Warped Tour, and were a big part of Blink-182. Getting their start. It was really nice.
Yeah, man, that's cool. I've read about a third of the book. I've got a couple honorable mentions in there for sure. Some of it's pretty funny because it was actually worse than he let on. Dogs in here going crazy. Hey, you guys, chill out. It's playtime after dinner. Some of it was some of those stories were underreported, which is kind of funny because he probably just doesn't remember how bad they were, but they were good sports, and it was awesome. Like, young kids coming up doing their thing, and we all loved them, and it was pretty easy for the band to just be like, let's take these guys with us, along with Rick DeVoe and Taylor Steele and everybody. It was just and pretty cool to see them go out and do what they wound up doing. Pretty insane, man.
Yeah, it's crazy because those Taylor Steele things, I think I want to say that you got I See It In Us on one of those surf documentaries back then too, and that definitely put us into a different set of eyes and audience. The same thing you did for Blink, if I'm correct.
Yeah, you guys, I put together, I think like the third movie, I put together the whole soundtrack, and I got everybody to do original songs that hadn't been released, basically. I mean, it was you guys, I think, Rancid, Descendants. There was like a crazy AFI, crazy lineup of unreleased songs on that soundtrack. It was pretty awesome. So, I mean, it exposed you to the whole surf community because...
Totally.
Is someone going to find out about H2O in Australia? I don't know, maybe, but it's like the fast track to like, hey, Aussies love punk rock, and here you go. You're on a surf film, and they're rocking it every day, watching it, getting inspired, and there's your music. So it was pretty damn cool to be part of that. And this guy, Greg Browning, actually, he just passed away a couple months ago. Like super tragic.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, he's the guy, like he's our local surf hero, one of our young Groms that we grew up with who had Taylor Steele's ear, and he gave him music, and we wound up on that first Momentum movie, and it was basically a game changer. I mean, we were already doing all right as a punk rock band, but wherever there was waves, wherever there was a coast, a beach, and a surf scene, it like put us over the top, like literally overnight. So Greg Browning, big shout out to him. Taylor and Blank, was fortunate enough to make a couple of those early runs with us. Just complete friggin' mayhem. The first Aussie run with those kids was just out of control.
Yeah, that was the one where they said you snuck like a BB gun over there or something like that. And in the book it doesn't really say how you got it there actually. So do you remember how you got it there?
Yeah, I just put it in my bag, man. It was like, it's crazy because back in those days, it was a little bit more lenient. It was before like 9/11 and shit, right? So I remember when I bought that thing in Japan, one of them, when I was like leaving Tokyo, and these are like full-blown, they're exact replicas of real guns, but they're just BB guns, fully automatic electric BB guns. And this is like, 25 years ago or something like that, right? And
yeah,
the technology wasn't in America. They're called airsoft guns here now. And I remember like at Japan, they x-rayed your bag right at the ticket counter. Like when you check your bag in, they're x-raying that shit. And they're like, you have a gun in here? And I was like, yeah, a BB gun. They're like, okay, please open bag. And I was like, really? And there's all these people around, and I open my bag, and there it is. And it was under some T-shirts. And she's like, okay, can you please fire? And I was just like, what? And she wanted me to fire the gun, and she had me shoot a couple rounds into the bag. I'd taken all the BBs out of it, but she wanted me to fire it and make sure it was empty. And I was just like, wow, this is a trip. Like,
shit.
Picked it up in the airport, fired off a couple rounds, and put it back. She's okay, and put it back in, and then I was like sketching on bringing it into U.S. Customs, because like they open that bag and you're going to have a problem immediately. And got it in, no problem. And then one time, dude, we were rolling around on the subject of that. Like I used to roll around town with that thing in my car and like blast my friends, roll by the surf shop or catch some friends out in front of their house and just light them up, And I was dropping off these guys at the airport, and they were doing full vehicle searches. And I had my Bronco, and it was in the back of my Bronco right there, just plain view. Like if you roll down the back window, you're going to see a machine gun and like an exact replica, metal, everything. And they're searching every car. I go, hey guys, here's what's going to happen. Like these guys are they're going to tell me to roll down the back window because my truck was all tinted out. And I go, they're going to flip out. So I'm just going to tell them right away, like, I have a BB gun back there. Don't trip. They're going to tell you to put your hands up. Like, they're like, what? And I go, don't make any sudden movements, dude, because this is going to be real deal, like gnarly. There was like 2-3 cops searching every vehicle.
Jesus.
And we're just one, like, we're like 7 away from the search point right there at the on-ramp, you know, when you pull up into the airport.
Mm-hmm.
Got to me, dude, waved me through.
Holy shit.
I don't even know how it happened, but like it was going to be ugly. So I stopped carrying that thing around in the vehicles after that. It was too sketchy. So yeah,
Dude,
good old days.
I know that they try to retaliate, and Mark told the story where they put snow in front of your hotel room door, which was like, Mark's like, that really wasn't a good prank, because then you came out like 10 foot. Is there anybody that ever retaliated against you that really got you, and you're like, oh fuck, I deserve that because I fucking went so hard?
Oh, I mean, if I had it coming, then it's usually like fair game. Like, I'll be like, all right, you got me back. But if you started, then it's the tenfold rule. And Mark was like, Mark underreported that one, because what I did was I waited till the last day in Valdez. Like, I remember like opening the door, snow's piled up. They piled up the snow. The door opened in, so it wasn't like I couldn't get out of the room or something. And I see him running down the hall. I'm like, you're dead. And the last day, I rounded up like 5 people, just random people. Like, I think Ken Seaton was one of them, and a couple other snowboarder dudes. And went to the hardware store, got extension cord, got spray bottles, went to the market, got Tabasco, a couple other items as well. And like, that wasn't a car battery, dude. Like, the mission was, I had like a 25-foot extension cord, and the ends were turned into like a pitch, you know, a prong. Mm-hmm. And I had them taped up so I could just zap you and just blast you. And they were like 3 inches apart, so you'd get a real like 120 like plug blast. So
jeez,
go into the room, lift up the desk, and I had like a loop knot on the extension cord, and then plug it into the wall. And then, so you couldn't, like, no matter what, you weren't getting unplugged because it was tied around the desk leg. Like, full game plan, dude. Like, so it was go in, break the door down, blast them with Tabasco sauce in the eyes, like, you know, debilitate them, and then just start blasting them, shocking them. And they got it. They got it for real.
And that's all because, like, you put snow in front of your door.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, that's tenfold. And Mark and I feel like Tom jumped out the window too. They literally jumped out of
into the snow,
a second-story window in their underwear.
Oh my god!
And yeah, I mean, it was like a soft landing because it was like 4 feet of powder out there. But like, yeah, it went down. And Scott got the worst end of that one. Like, he kind of got trapped in the bathroom, so he got blasted about 5 times with the extension cord special, the electrocution man special, and then we got Unwritten Law after that. Broke their door down. That's actually, I think, in the video in the home movies, and then cops came and, you know, questioning everybody, and eventually the cops like, wait a second, why aren't you covered in fire extinguisher, and why aren't your eyes red? And I'm like, oh, I just rolled up on the scene afterwards. I'm just trying to help, you know. And I was like answering all the questions. Every time they'd ask the Blink guys or anybody, I'd just pipe in, and they'd go, hey, we're asking the questions, we're asking them. That typical like movie scene. But yeah, it was pretty funny. So we had a lot of good times with those guys. They're good sports, and they got me back a few times here and there, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's good to see what they're doing now. It's and then back together and killing it. It's just like fucking, just so stoked for them, man.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? Like, we knew both at their show. It was like their biggest headline show at the SoFi. 72,000 people. Dude, it was crazy.
Dude, that was I know. I think they gave me a shout out, and I was at the bar.
That's right, they did,
yeah,
dude.
I think you told me. I think you're like, hey, they just gave you a rad shout out. And I'm like, fuck, I was getting a rum and coke, dude. But
yeah.
The thought that counts, man. Yeah, that's rad. I mean,
yeah.
It's so cool that they're back together. I mean, it's, you know how you're in a band, so you know it's tough. It's tough being in a band long term, and
Absolutely.
You go through a lot of shit, and you have highs and lows, and you know you learn. You become a family. I mean, you spend literally more time with.
It's a big dysfunctional family, man. Yeah, man, for sure.
Yeah, and it's just like any other family. You can have some brawls, but like eventually, you can figure it out and make it right. You know, so yeah. It's pretty sick that they're able to get back out there and do this like this.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So I just finally went to the Punk Rock Museum. You reached out to me.
Wait.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mark for beating cancer while we're on that topic.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And Lou from Sick of It All as of recently.
Oh hell yeah,
Cancer-free,
dude.
yeah. Shout out to both them.
Stoked. So stoked for him. Yep.
So I went to the Punk Rock Museum. You hit me up a while ago about that and tell me about it, and I finally got to go there. I did a couple tours. My band pulled through. We saw there was all kinds of tours happening. We saw Smelly was doing a tour. Johnny Two Bags. Kevin Seconds, Fat Mike was there. It was just a crazy weekend because it was Punk Rock Bowling. And I just, we were talking about it after, and I know I wasn't 100% on this, but it was you that I want to give you your flowers and thank you, because it was you that really was pushing for the New York. Not that there wouldn't have been a New York hardcore room, but you were like the main one trying to make that happen. If I'm correct.
Yeah, I mean, I think like overall, like everybody was going to be included, but it got so complicated with that thing. There's so many moving parts, and it just became like this gnarly like monster of a task. Like I was just panicking, but I every day it was like for a couple of years. I mean, it was the most stressful couple of years of my life. Like every day for a couple of years, I was just on the gas pedal, and everybody was doing different things, and I started, trying to make sure that everybody was going to have a something in there and be connected to it. And then the one thing was like they were selling shares, right, to investors, but I was kind of like, hey, you know what? Like the minimum investment was like $25,000 a month. There's not a lot of people that can afford that, like in the punk scene. I'm like, what about someone like Keith Morris or Jack Grisham? Like those guys deserve a part. So like it actually started when I was calling Ron Emery and Jack to like try to get them to invest. I'm like, dude, we don't have any money, and we don't have that kind of money. And I was like, okay. And then I'm like, you know what? We need to lower this fee down, like minimum investment fee to like $5,000 for people that can afford it. And then Mike agreed to that. Everyone's like, okay, that's cool. Like if you're like a band member and blah blah blah. I mean, I get it. They're trying to run a business, and it costs a lot to build it. I mean,
yeah, it's beautiful though. Yeah.
It costs $5 million to build that place, and
crazy.
It's no joke. And people think, oh, why isn't it free or this, that, and the other? Well, we didn't just have $5 million laying around to build it. But regardless, I hit Jack back, and I'm like, dude, I got like it down to $5,000. Can you guys want to chip in? And he's like, no, we can't. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to pay for you. I'm going to pay your way. And he's like, what? And I'm like, I'm just going to buy you $5,000. I'm going to give you my shares, like $5,000 worth of my shares. And he's like, oh shit. So that kind of became a thing. And then Mike's like, oh, that's rad. And then Mike, as being the big boss owner, he had shares. And so he just started rolling with the shares and trying to like just pay it forward. Like, hey, you guys, we're going to give you some shares, some stock certificates. And that, translated into the whole New York scene when I was pushing for you guys, and I was talking to Freddie, and I'm not like just everybody out there. And I had talked to Freddie. We played with Madball in Barcelona on the first day of this run, and Madball killed it. They were like, that was the only show they were on.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the museum a little bit, but yeah, it turned into kind of like a goodwill thing. Like, hey man, just because you can't afford it, this place isn't for like rich people that can, want to invest only. It's got to be for the people in the scene. And that helped, bring a lot of people together and bring a lot more artifacts and bring a lot more of a communal vibe. And that was the whole thing. Like when I got on board, I told Mike, like, look, dude, this isn't about you or me or anyone. It's got to be about the whole punk rock community. And it has to have a lot of people having opinions and being able to, have input here, because it's everyone's valuable here, and we didn't make this shit up, so he agreed to that, and it turned out pretty cool. As you can see, like there's a little bit of everything in there, and
Absolutely.
It just keeps on growing.
Yeah,
it's pretty sick.
It was nice to go there, and I had Matt Henderson out there with me, who's in H2O, and I was in Madball and Nausea Front, and he's the one who told me, because I remember talking about it. I said, yeah, I'm pretty sure Fletcher really was like pushing hard to get all of our stuff in here, and like it's a beautiful room in there, and it's like, we're all in there together, and it was just nice to see that there. And So I just want to thank you for that too. Obviously, I know
Oh,
it
yes.
wouldn't have done it, but they got me talking at the thing because like every room's different. Everybody's version of punk rock's different. Somebody might have just found out about H2O through Blink or from H2O from Pennywise, and everybody comes in some way through punk, and every room has it's got Offspring, it's got Rancid, it's got Fall Out Boy, Good Charlotte, then it's got like Crass, and it's got I don't know, Descendants, and
Sex Pistols,
it's got
Johnny
everything.
Thunders.
So it's like there's something for everybody. Like my whole thing walking through it was I really realized that like nobody really has the definition or blueprint to this shit, and what may be punk to you may not be punk to me for our generations or whatever. It's not just a sound or a look or a style. It's more than that. The attitude, the spirit, how we carry ourselves through this world, everything we represent. And so it's just a beautiful thing to see all those different versions of punk and different generations of punk all there and together. Because for some people, they might not have known about some of that. And then we're also talking about like when I was roading for Sick of It All, when we first met Rancid on the first tour at City Gardens, and that was like kind of the first kind of New York hardcore connect to the West Coast as far as Rancid. Then also Pennywise comes in with H2O, with Madball, with Sick of It All as well, and how like the East Coast and the West Coast kind of bands. And I was giving you guys and Rancid props so much walking through that thing for the bands from the West who really started fucking with the East bands. You know what I mean? Touring together.
Yeah. I mean, it's
and all meeting on the Warped Tour too, which is another big space that people, we talk about Warp, but Warp really brought all of us together, man. So many of us.
Oh yeah, it's undeniable. I mean, those were like some of the best years and best friendships ever made out there. You just like you're in it. 24 hours a day. You're there, and that was really cool. I mean, I think like you said, everyone's version of punk rock is kind of different depending on when they got into it or what they got into. And I'm sure there's some old school dudes that are loving the Sex Pistols and Johnny Thunders and all that and the early 80s stuff. And then they're probably like, oh, fuck this or fuck that, but at the same time, they might be coming for one thing, but they might walk out of there with a different appreciation after they get to see some artifacts from other bands came around later and hear stories and like, see things. And it's just, it's super educational for newcomers. And then people that don't know anything about punk rock that show up in there that are just like museum people that are like, oh, I think it holds up against anything. Like I've been to a bunch of museums and I've been to, musical, whatever museums and different, whether it's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or like Elvis, the Sun Studios or like a Pink Floyd exhibit or whatever it may be, right? Like, it's just like you can learn a lot in there and like visually, like I don't think there's any scene that compares to punk rock visually because you had everything from like Shepard Fairey, like beautiful, super well put together art, punk rock art, and then you have like T-shirts that are spray painted in a backyard by a kid, in 1978, and you have like the flyers and the DIY approach, like it's such a colorful experience. Whether it's a stickered up guitar, a spray painted guitar, like whether it's like somebody cut their T-shirt up, like no other scene has that much variety of like style to me. Like metal's pretty cut and dry, and country western's pretty cut and dry.
I would say probably hip hop, the early hip hop styles leading up to now. Getting into that. But you're right. And there's like, dude, the original lyrics to London Calling in there. There's like a Minor Threat set list. There's the Pennywise, practice studio, which I was like, how the fuck did Fletcher fit in this? This is really the same height as the original studio. There's everything in there, dude. All the flyers.
We still practice there, dude. We still like that. I mean, that carpet and all and the gear and everything was literally plucked off the walls, and I had to go back. Like it's at Jason's old house. It's actually at the house where Jason passed away and his brother inherited it. So us and 98 Mute still practicing there and a couple other bands.
That's crazy.
Literally like a tiny little garage in Hermosa Beach. And the deal was if I took everything out of there, I had to replace it, right? So it took me like a year. He was pissed. Justin's like, what are you going to put the carpet back up and bring the amps back? And so I had to like, I eventually got some carpet and like tricked it all out and made it all brand new and hooked up all the recording gear and put, a PA back in there and all that kind of stuff. So it's all back to functional. Like that's literally where we will go, cut demo tapes coming up when we start recording, like in that little closet, man. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, that's like shit. We've been in that room for over, like, I don't know, I want to say like 25, 24 years or something like
man.
that.
It's still there, yeah.
That carpet out of there is out of Carpeteria because that was the score. Like back in the early days, we didn't have money for carpet. So we'd go to Carpeteria dumpster by my house and we'd dumpster dive it, try to find the cleanest used carpet we could because, they would take out whole houses. Then we'd take it to my pad, roll it out in the backyard, put Carpet Fresh all over it, like 3 layers of Carpet Fresh, and vacuum that shit up. And then we would, like when we thought we had it clean, we'd go in there and nail it up to the walls. Like back in those days, we couldn't afford drywall, so it'd be like 3 layers of this filthy, dirty carpet. And I remember like doggy dandruff, and just like pee stains, and just like you're pounding it up on the wall, and it's just falling all over you, getting the ceiling. So that carpet literally. And Justin had money, and I was like, "What is this? Where'd you get this carpet? Oh, Carpeteria." And I was like, "The dumpster?" He's like, "Yeah, why?" And I go, "Dude, like we can afford a roll of carpet now. It's only like $200." So, I thought we always got it at the dumpster. I was like, Jesus Christ. So that's literally like Carpeteria dumpster carpet. And then it's been in that room for 20 years and spray painted and just sweated on and whatever. So it's pretty cool to have. It's like an honor to have that room in there. But yeah, stoked that it works like it does and people go in there and jam and get to enjoy it.
Yeah. Have you given a tour there yet?
No, man, that was actually one of my ideas as well, like having band guys do tours and do marriages and stuff. And obviously, like they want me to do one. I'm going to. I was supposed to do it in July, but I think I probably like lost the date already. I don't know. I'm going to do it for sure. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be so fun to see you do that for sure.
I got so many stories. My jaw's gonna freeze.
That's the thing for me because
I
I'd never been there and had like a quick walkthrough. Then I had like 4 big tours, and then I had to like try to digest everything as I'm going through it. And by the second, third, fourth, I had it down. I knew the rooms and just like what I wanted to talk about, what I want to see, and just I was learning things too about other bands I wasn't familiar with as well. And then Mike would jump into my tour, or I'd run into Kevin Seconds and say something his. We're all like kind of like bumping into each other. It was awesome, but I was a little overwhelming for sure though.
Yeah, the cool thing about it for someone like me or you or like anybody that's been around is like I can start telling stories about like being at a Black Flag gig in 1980 or whatever, and like I can be like I was at that gig and this happened, and like even my stories from like just going to shows back in the day where there's some pretty crazy nights and riots, Bards Apollo riots and Palladium riots and just all kinds of stuff. So there's like I won't run out of things to talk about, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So one of these days I'll get out there.
How are you feeling with all your stem cell stuff? Like how are you feeling since then? How's your body feeling since you've been out there? We talked about
it. My knees are my left knee, which was the really bad one, bone on bone, is like kind of almost pain free, like maybe a 1.
Nice.
Down from like a 7 or 8, like daily. I get like no swelling. It's like a miracle. And then my right knee was doing it's definitely better, like 80% better, but I jacked it up. You can re-injure yourself. I mean, stem cells will fix you, right?
Yeah.
They'll heal your body like they're supposed to, but then doesn't mean you can't go tear your ligaments again or whatever. So I tweaked it, but my main problem now is my back, which is the reason I actually called them, but they didn't want to fuck with my back at the time because I had sleep apnea. Yeah. They're going to do it. They're going to do it now. But like because of my back injury, I have like nerve damage. And so my right leg and foot are numb, and they've been numb for about over a year now. And it's like, damn. It's like I'm dragging around like a dead body. Like it's super gnarly. I'm just, like if you step on a rock and your brain tells you, hey, you're standing on a rock, like you adjust for that, right? Yeah. Like I don't adjust. Like I just roll my ankle or tweak my knee, like going up a staircase or standing on a threshold.
It's like having a leg asleep all the time. Yeah,
it's literally asleep, dude. If I put my foot in boiling hot water, I don't know it. I was at therapy today, and the doctor was working on me, and he's all, "Hey, you got a pretty bad cut on your leg," and I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "You got a big cut on your right leg over here, and there's blood all running down your leg." I was like, "Oh yeah, well, obviously I didn't feel that." And I looked down, and it's like my whole leg's bloody, and he's like, "Oh, let's clean that up." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's what's going on." Like I obviously hit something, had no idea I did it.
Wow.
So that's like, it's super. But as far like the stem cells, like when I got the IV stems, I told you about this. Like my arm was super jacked up from playing the guitar for 40 years, and it's been like been like 14 months since I got the stem cells. My arm is like brand new. It's crazy because I had to massage it, do heating pads, all kinds of stuff before every show, and now I just pick up a guitar and start playing. It's like my wrist and arm feel like they're 20 years old again. I got
incredible, man.
No more migraines, no more ocular migraines,
Great.
no more like crazy scalp burning, nerve damage scalp. So it's crazy. They've actually moved. CPI has actually moved to an even bigger, like more like a giant hospital that they built down there in Tijuana.
Mm-hmm.
It's even equipped for more stuff and even radder. So I'm dying to get back down there and blast my knees again and do my back. The back's going to be the one. Because right now I'm like, back surgeons are telling me, I went to see a surgeon the other day. He's like, you might be too far gone. Like your nerve might never come back. And that's like a super bummer because this is like super debilitating as far as like walking around and existing. It's like a freak show. It's like when your foot falls asleep or your leg, like it feels like that all day, every day. So not cool, but I'm getting by. But yeah, I mean, I'm thinking the stem cells in the back are going to be my best bet for actually healing stuff instead of just surgical, like mechanical, like cut the disc back and grind the bone back. Like stem cells actually heal. So I'm thinking I have to wait like about 3 months to do anything, or about 2 months to do anything. So hopefully getting back in there. But yeah, to answer your question, awesome. And know a lot of people that have since I've been, and more and more people going, and everybody's pretty damn stoked on the results.
Some great results. And you feel it on? Do you kind of think about it on stage when you're playing? Because you're having a show and it's kind of forgetting about it, or just?
Yeah, that's the cool thing. Like it would progress. Like first couple months, I'm like, wait, is my knee feeling better? I'm like, third month, I'm like, wait, that pain that I feel on every step, I'm only feeling it like every 10 steps. And then I'm like, wait, I'm not feeling that pain. There was a spot on my right knee that literally felt like someone was stabbing me with an ice pick every single step I took. I used to say it was Dave Pollock, the little guy, stabbing me with an ice pick. And it's completely gone. It's been about 9-10 months, and that is completely gone. And it's weird because you hit these like you wake up one day and you're like doing something, you're like, wait a second, my knee doesn't hurt at all. Like what? And then like you have these moments where it's like a giant leap of like healing, and
it's awesome.
You can't even remember. Yeah. So it's I mean, it's gonna be the wave of the future. It is undeniable. I know that they're trying to get FDA approval. They're also working on like peptide, like all these crazy peptides now. And it's only a matter of time because they're so healing, and they're going to, eventually, someone's going to figure out we can make a lot of money off this, right? And they're going to make it legal in America, as it should be already. But we know how that goes with the good old pharmaceutical companies and everybody else involved, all the red tape. So good old government.
Yeah, I got a lot of friends doing peptides too. They swear by them too.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are actually working on like super gnarly peptides. Like I might be like a guinea pig actually for them. They're in America working on them and studying like the whole 9 yards of like how it's going to be it's another next wave type of thing, right? We already know BP157 is got crazy healing properties going on. So that's a whole nother thing. I don't know why someone won't leave that phone alone, but there you go.
Well, I definitely want to play some. I also like to play some more shows with you guys. I was talking with Adam today about just like how much he was working out the Pennywise today. I was like, oh, I have a phone call with Fletcher today. I don't know what you guys are up to, but it'd be great to get back out and play some more shows with you guys sometime in the future, man. It's such a great package when we play together, you know.
Oh, dude, we should do a U.S. tour. We're actually talking about a tour in like April, May with another band. I won't mention it now because it's not like completely in the bag yet. But fuck, you guys would be great on that one. We'll have to talk about that.
I would love it. And also, you guys got the Warped Tour coming up this summer too.
Yeah, this weekend.
It DC. Is? Oh wow, it's this weekend.
Yeah, good old. Yeah, we just happened to be in DC during Trump's military birthday parade. Oh joy!
Oh, that's when oh my God, it's gonna be crazy out there, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Let's put it.
You ever been to the Discord house?
I have not.
Yeah, you guys should pull up, man. What days you out there?
I'm leaving Friday, and then there's Warped Tour Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, Ian's only there on the weekdays, man. Damn, I've been sick. That would been great.
Dude, I talked to Ian about the museum, and I'm like, you want to donate some stuff? He's all, nope. And
he has his own museum at Discord. You got to go. It's incredible. Not even on purpose.
Yeah, he said that he would. He said that he would send me some personal stuff, like some uncut, like Minor Threat, the first single album covers, which is like, I have about 3 or 4 of those left from like when we were kids, and I'm like, oh, that'd be sick. He's all, I'll send you a package, and if you want to put them in the museum, then we can do that. And I was like, okay, rad. But I never wound up following up. But he actually invited me out there to get rid of the whatchamacallit, the God, why? I'm sorry, my phone, I have the ringer off and it keeps doing that. When Inner Ear was closing for the final thing here, he invited me out there to like go over, help him archive all the Fugazi stuff that was in there. And that would also allow me to get some items, which I didn't make it out there, but we did get some items. We got like the mailbox from Inner Ear. We got like a mic stand. We got like some really cool, we got like a couple little items that were used on like the Minor Threat record and a couple of those early records. So super cool. Yeah, man, God, I need to get to the Discord house big time. I mean, that was like a huge influence in my life and my guitar playing and everything. So of course, Ian was so rad, dude. We talked, we'd never spoken, and we talked for 3.5 hours.
Oh
straight.
Yeah. Oh dude. You go there, you get the tour, you go in the basement where Minor Threat and Fugazi rehearse. He has everything like all logged. He pulled up a postcard last time from 1985 from my brother that sent it to him. Everything's all organized. Lyrics, letters people send him, everything. I held the original lyrics, a straight edge in my hand. He has the original drawing of the black sheep. Bro, it's crazy, man.
Oh God, yeah.
He doesn't need a museum, bro. He's got everything there archived of his whole life. It's so sick, dude.
Yeah, that's basically what he told me. He goes, "I'm an archivist. I'm a librarian," and he just rolls it. I mean, can you imagine? Like, I mean, like, obviously he's set for life. Like, they're not trying to gouge anybody on money, but like, you know, they've done so well doing what he does and kept it so real. That, like, he just fucking, you know, gets his fucking cup of coffee and goes to work and just does his thing over there. Like, I don't know. It seems like a really simple, cool life.
Yeah, man.
And you kind of call your shots. You know, I mean, kind of like, you know, you get your podcast, you get up, have your coffee, and do your cold plunge, and you know, get on the microphone.
But when you think about Ian, I think like everything that if punk rock, 100% punk rock was a human, it's him, dude. Like, he's still there. He's still in the Discord house. It's just like he never bent backwards for anybody. He did his own way, his own rules. Never judged anybody for it. His best friends are Rollins. Rollins did a bunch of amazing things with his life, and he was on TV and movies and still homies. But you know, he does his own thing, and like that's the way he lived his life. It's just fucking so cool.
I mean, dude, if like we could ever put together like a Minor Threat reunion or a Fugazi reunion, just do $5 tickets, dude. Like just be like, hey, we're gonna keep it real. It's only gonna be $5, or maybe we can make it 10 now. But like, you know, like the promoters will make enough money off the beer and shit to like make it worthwhile.
First of all, there wouldn't be beer at one of those shows.
Oh shit! What are you talking about?
No, bro, it'd be all ages. And first of all, I would never want to. Dude, did you see Minor Threat back then?
Yeah.
Okay, I never saw him, and I never want to see. I wouldn't want to see him right now. I wouldn't want to see him now, dude. Fugazi never broke up. They get offered every year to do Coachella every year, and they're still around. But like, bro, first of all, he would not allow any alcohol at the show. Dude, it'd be all ages $5 show.
I think I went to a couple Minor Threat shows where there was alcohol being served. I might know that for sure.
Maybe way back then, though, but I don't know.
Yeah, back then you didn't. Yeah, no, of course you didn't. It was like the water.
But would you want to see Minor Threat right now in 2025?
I mean, I don't know. Brian Baker's killing it. Like,
of course he's killing it. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you don't think Ian could get out there and kill it? Yeah, he would just destroy it.
But he would never. I don't know. The fact that he would never do it, I fucking think that's even more punk, bro.
Yeah, of course. I mean, let's put it this way: if it happened, I would be in the front row.
Yeah.
So
I could see Fugazi happening for sure.
Fugazi. Yeah, Fugazi. It's a little bit. I mean, I wouldn't even say it's mellower. It's just a little bit more, doable, a little bit more mainstream, if there is such a thing between those two bands. But it would be crazy.
It's just crazy how short of a time Minor Threat was around in reality, and the biggest impact they've had in such a short period of time. It's so insane.
Oh my God. It's so, I mean, it's literally every time I put on that single, I go, this is the best record of all time.
And it
like
sounds
for what
so
it is
good still, dude.
Oh God, it's literally unbelievable. The songs are so good, and it's just one of those things. Like, it's timeless. It's just pretty. We just did Motorhead, Ace of Spades, and like for Cameron Webb's doing a tribute album, right?
That's cool. That's
he's
right.
kind of he's in charge of like all the music stuff for the Lemmy's estate, and that's another one. Like you look at like Ace of Spades, like that Motorhead record is so fucking insane, and it's so like timeless, and like you can't recreate it. It's kind of like one of those things where you just you put it on and it takes you back, and then you're just like, how'd this happen? And I don't know, there's so many of those records, like those first type of record things where the band I always attribute it to like not caring and not knowing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And you're just doing your thing, and you're coming into like your own, and you're starting to figure out like your sound or whatever, your chord structures and blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden you get this record and it's over. And then you look back on it and you go, whoa, how do we do that? Can we do it again? And you usually can't do it again. It can't be duplicated, but it's that record. I swear to God, every time I put it on, it just blows my fucking mind. It's so fucking good.
And it goes back to how this conversation started, because there was no blueprint. They figured it out as they were going along back then. There wasn't a blueprint to go fall back on, like, this sounds like that. Oh, they just fucking created their own shit. And from then on, it's been all recreated and recycled, and all these years, 40, 50 years, it's just all different sounds and everything from punk and hardcore. It's amazing we're still here playing this music and seeing the scene thrive and all younger bands. I think it's just a beautiful time, dude,
It's crazy. You look at Turnstile, which I love Turnstile. I've basically liked all their records, even the new one. I don't know the new one, but the last record, like, some people are trying to hate on it, like, oh, the old stuff as usual, but like, I really loved it. And it's crazy because I hear total Minor Threat in there. I hear Bad Brains in there.
Everything.
I hear Fugazi. I hear fucking Cro-Mags. Like, and it's like they're doing something new and fresh, but they have those elements where you're like, they're not ripping anybody off, but they definitely, were inspired by those bands. And that's crazy to think, that all those years later, Minor Threat's still having that effect. I was West Coast. I was like Descendants in my backyard, Black Flag, Circle Jerks, like right here, literally playing backyard parties. And my buddy went to DC with his parents for the summer, I believe it was. And, or maybe he went by himself, I don't know. But Kevin Salk, he's like a photographer guy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's photography. Yeah.
Yeah. So he was back there Threat and stuff. And he brought back that single. I believe he was the one that brought it back. Like, it wasn't even like a record store out here. And he played it, and I was like, what in the it was like immediate. It was like, this is undeniable. For me personally, I was like, this is it. Like, okay, now I need to start playing guitar like this. Like right
Brian
now,
Baker's
like I need
tone,
to adjust my well, it was actually Baker. Yeah, it was Baker. Duh. What am I talking about? Baker wound up whatchamacallit, playing. Wait, what am I talking about? Baker was on bass at the beginning.
Oh, I think he was. You're right.
And it was what's his name? Oh my God, I'm not gonna. Jeff was the drummer.
Jeff, and then Tom Lyle.
Lyle Presler, yeah, on guitar,
Lyle Presler,
So
yep.
that first one was Lyle, yeah.
Yep.
First one was Lyle. When I saw Minor Threat, when the first time they came through LA, I think it was at like the roller rink or in the Valley or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Brian was on second guitar, and whatchamacallit was on bass. Who was it? The dude from SSD was playing.
Was it?
Was
okay.
playing bass.
Yeah, maybe. I don't remember, man.
Yeah. No, it was awesome though. So, yeah, good, influential, super rad shit. But I mean, fuck, it's just cool to be part of the whole thing and grow up with it and see all the influences and just like look at it today. It's still strong, man. I mean, we just did Europe and everyone's there, ready to go.
Incredible,
Warped
man.
Tour. Punk in the Park's coming up or cranking and gonna be rad. It's good times. It's a good time to be alive.
Yeah, and I'm glad
for the most part.
I'm glad you're doing good. I'm glad you're feeling good. I'm glad the stem cell stuff's working for you. I'm glad you're in a good place, and I hope to see you soon. I'm gonna have a great shows this weekend at Warped Tour, and hopefully give you some H2O Pennywise shows. This is a 3-hour podcast now, by the way. It's gonna be sick.
Oh, sure.
It's all good. But I love you and appreciate you, everything you've done for H2O, your band, you getting us on that soundtrack back in the day and supporting us and always watching us, hang with us on the Warped Tour, and just building that friendship with H2O and Pennywise. It means a lot to me and my band, and I appreciate you, man.
Awesome. We fucking love you guys. We need to do some shit. So appreciate it, man, and all you've done as well for the scene and the podcast. So keep it rolling.
All right, brother. Thank you, and great talking to you, and have a safe trip.
Tell the family hello.
I will, brother. All right, brother. Bye. Bye. Got to give a big shout out to Liquid Death. I've been in a band called H2O for 30 years. And my first real job with a company is a water brand. Go figure. Love you, Liquid Death. Love the people. Love the brand. Love the concept. Love what they give back. Love the community. Love what they do for the environment. You can go liquiddeath.com/OLLC and get free shipping on any of their merchandise that they make. They have such incredible collabs. Also, if you want to hear the story of the CEO, my good friend Mike Cesario, on the podcast, you can go to episode 115, part 1. And then 2 years later, we dropped a part 2, which is episode 275 with the CEO, Mike Cesario. Just a man from Delaware with a dream, worked at a marketing company, and made this become a reality. Liquid Death is an incredible company, incredible water, incredible people. And I'm super, super honored to be part of them. They sponsor my life. They sponsor everything, my family. So go liquiddeath.com/OLLC and get free shipping on anything you want to buy on that site. If you want to get water, it's exclusively on Amazon.com. Murder your thirst, y'all. I always ask my guests if they have any regrets. I personally don't have any regrets. Even when it comes to my tattoos, I have the silliest tattoos. Even my ET on my leg, it's still a childhood memory for me, and I love it. I've had tattoos on top of tattoos strictly because I wanted more tattoos. I started getting tattoos when I was 18. I'm 52 now, and I can't stop. I've had laser treatment before on something on my arm. It's 4 tattoos on top of each other, and that experience at that place was pretty fast. It was pretty cold. It was in and out, swipe the credit card. Don't really tell me much, didn't give me much details of anything was going to happen. So I never went back. So as of most recently, I'm so lucky enough to have had 2 sessions at Removery Tattoo Removal. My tattoo on my arm that looks like a big black blob is now super light. I've had 2 sessions. I have a long road ahead of me. None of this stuff happens overnight. You cannot take a tattoo up in one sitting. You have to be patient. And it's painful. They ice you up. It's super fast. To me, it felt like a bunch of rubber bands. But what's more painful than that is looking at something on your body that you think you're stuck with for the rest of your life. That sucks. But now for me, I'm really happy I started this journey. I'm slowly going to get this tattoo removed. I never thought in a million years I have any kind of real estate on my arm. I don't even know what I want, but it's exciting. I'm so honored to announce that One Life, One Chance podcast is now with Removery. Call 866-934-4570 or go to removery.com. Use TobyH2O and get $100 off your first session. One of the most experienced tattoo removal companies in the world. Removery has 155 locations and 1.8 million treatments. US, Canada, and Australia. State-of-the-art peak-away laser technology, cryo technology to reduce any discomfort. This is so exciting for me because all I do in these podcasts is talk about tattoos, from day one, if you've been listening to this podcast, talk about tattoos, talk about getting removed, talk about getting covered up. So this is such a perfect fit for me. Definitely check out One Life, One Chance podcast, episode 281. I have Carmen Brody, Mike McTurnan, and Dustin Ortle from Removery. And this is over a 2-hour conversation. People had submitted questions. It's an incredible conversation breaking down the do's, the don'ts, the fears, process, the results, everything you could imagine about getting a tattoo removed. It's all in this podcast. It's an incredible episode. I appreciate them all coming out for it. So check that out if you want to learn more about Removery and what it's like to get a tattoo removed. Once again, go to Removery.com or call 866-934-4570. Use my code TobyH20 and get $100 off. These guys are located everywhere. Try it out. I have a lot of friends who are sober, a lot of friends who are straight edge, a lot of my friends who are going through it. I know struggling with substance abuse and alcoholism can be really, really hard, especially knowing who to turn to. It can be really, really daunting. I'm here to say that a good friend of mine and his friend started this incredible treatment center called Refine Recovery. They gave me a phone number, 855-516-3332. You can text, you can call them. It's totally confidential. It's safe. There'll be somebody on the other line to help you out, a compassionate human being to talk to. They help you navigate the process, the insurance treatments. They accept most of private insurances. You can go refinerecovery.com, Refine Recovery Instagram. I know it's hard, but reach out to somebody, man. People care about you. People love you. People want you to be here for a long time. People love you in their lives. If you're going through it, make this phone call. It's totally private. I know people DM me all the time about going through it and going through sobriety and trying to get straight and trying to take care of themselves, and the struggle is totally real. And Refine Recovery is the definitely move. Reach out to them, 855-516-3332, or text them, 855-516-3332. You can call or text this number anytime, 855-516-3332. You know the drill. This number is here for you to call.